We are live. Let's go. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Let's see some hunters in the chat. Let's see some hunters down the screen. We are at the comic shop.
She asked if she could see what's in the vault, told her I could show you my collection if you want, if you got the time, I could show you how it's done. Get you anything you like, baby, we can run it up.
Run it up, run it up, run it up. Hunters, 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 hunters. First ever official supported show. Shout out VV Comics. And for the occasion, run it up, run it up. Feel like I never could want enough. Keep it 100, I'm stacking like hundreds on hundreds on hundreds. We take it to the vault, and I just dropped in the vault. I'ma keep stunting. She tryna count us a girl, it's a bunny. Where you and me is whatever you want it. My flex game, I just body. My full says, babe, look quite stocky. I said best was next when VV just beg, just reasonable rockets. Guessing they tryna hop in. Got them froze like hands up. Stack comics on comics on comics. Till the whole damn vote doing stand up. I'm gone. They say, Moji, you should behave. Bag something nice, so I rock her like a briefcase. Say she got a man, but only on the weekdays. Hope you ain't got plans, cause we bout to hit her. Girl, we bout to hit a retake. Bumpin' IMX when I roll up, that's a ZK. Book told me we should run it up, so I relayed. What's a couple bands, nothing much, mommy DK. Yo, 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 yo! Welcome, 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 everyone to the space, everyone to the event. My name is Emoji. I'm here with my co-host, propagandist, RXH, E Boogie, and together we're bringing you a little something we like to call the Comic Shop. Today, we'll be reviewing a Star Wars comic, Admiral Thrawn, which should be interesting with our special guest in the building, the Enforcer. If you have read the comic, feel free to come on stage, join in, because this is a community review. So you are more than welcome. Also, too, there will be a giveaway today, so be sure to follow the rules. The first rule is to make sure that you repost the X space. That is the space that you're in right now. If you are on YouTube or if you are on Twitch, be sure to visit my X handle at official emoji, and you'll see the X stream there. The second qualification is to post the live stream. The live stream is also pinned to the top in the space right now, and is also on my X profile. So be sure to repost those two things, because those are the two things, qualifying things, to win this giveaway today of a random VV comic. Also, you gotta be here. Yeah, I mean, being here helps. Definitely helps. But in the meantime, let me say what's up to my co-host. How you guys doing?
Hey, yo,
What's going on, y'all?
First thing first, bro, you gotta know the name of the comic. The first rule. The first rule of the comic shop.
Yo, it's the Thrawn. It's the Thrawn. Admiral Thrawn.
You gotta know the name of the comic. You don't, but it's
Thrawn's
not your
alliances.
fault because, listen, it's not your fault. VV didn't set a great example 3 years ago when the Captain America comic was the other comic in the so it happens.
That's
you know what I'm
true.
saying? Sometimes, people don't double check to see what the contents of the comic is, and then somebody else, and then people get the wrong comic, and then they got to take it back. I'm not bringing up old stuff. I'm just saying you got to know what the comic is. You know what I'm saying? It's Thrawn Alliance 1. We here for Thrawn Alliance 1, baby.
There's an
You know
S. It's plural. The alliances.
Yeah.
Alliances, yeah.
Do the knowledge.
Do the education.
Do the education. Do the knowledge.
Nah, it's a beautiful comic. What's up? What's up,
Appreciate
y'all?
having you. How's everything? How was your weekend coming fresh from DCOM Magic Mansion?
What Magic Mansion?
I feel you. RXH Boog, what's how are y'all doing? How was your weekend?
Honestly, you're gonna try to glaze over that. What
don't act like we didn't hear about a whole Magic Mansion before you got there. Now there is no Magic Mansion, so
No,
I
no,
want
no,
to
no.
hear about the Magic Mansion.
We
So
got the
I'm
comic,
not gonna
bro.
let
We got the
that go.
comic.
Emoji, I seen y'all was in one room like creating video. What was going on? So just
Hey,
little
listen, listen,
preview. You don't
listen,
gotta go
listen,
into
listen,
depth. Just a
listen.
little preview. Give us.
We started out as rated R. We a few months later we PG-13. We down to PG now, bro. It's
We
not
gotta keep it
PG-13
PG,
no more.
bro.
It's PG.
We
It's
gotta keep it
PG.
PG.
You see what I'm saying?
I just wanted to see Decon, and I feel like I saw more Magic Mansion.
Yo,
Yeah, it was
Decon was good.
Magic
Chris Brown was out
Decon
there. Breezy
happening.
was out there and everything.
I
I
didn't
was
see the
like,
footage.
yo, there's the
I didn't see the footage,
Decon?
but just,
No, no. A
we
lot of
get it.
people
We
posted
get it.
recaps today though, I, you know, I got to
Max
tune
is
Yeah,
in,
yeah,
but
yeah.
Max is gonna have a whole movie. Max has a lot of
He
yeah.
actually put
Max is
out one.
working
It
on a
was
whole
pretty
movie.
dope. The bear bricks they had out there. There was one Michael Jordan bear brick, gold bear brick. I was like, ooh, that was tough.
Yeah, that junk was tough. It
That
was
was
tough. It
that.
was
Oh,
tough.
you seen it in person
Yeah,
and you didn't even
I
ask me if
copped
I
those.
wanted one.
I copped them joints.
Yeah,
I copped
you
them
bought it
joints.
for
I ain't
self
gonna
and
lie.
didn't
whoa,
ask for
I
it.
ain't gonna
That's
lie.
whoa,
crazy, right?
I ain't gonna lie.
This is
I ain't gonna
crazy.
lie.
The things
You
that
know how
happen,
hard it
right?
was? You know how hard it was to get these things,
I'm
bro?
sure
Like
it was, bro.
it was like
I'm sure it was nutty.
I
And
have
you
to.
went with the whole VV fam, and we could have took over. Come on, bro. We could have all bought bear bricks for everybody. Like I'm not even believing that. I seen how we roll, so I'm not even believing it. Y'all could have helped me out, but I understand. I understand.
It's cool.
But
You gotta
yeah,
yo.
yeah,
You
yeah.
gotta
How's
come out
everybody
next
week though?
time,
How's
bro.
everybody week though? Since no one's gonna talk about Magic Mansion, how was everybody's week?
Good,
Oh,
good, man.
beautiful, beautiful. I'm
Yeah,
out in Miami right now. I'm in the design district, so I have like a little, a little trip over here into the heat because where I was previously wasn't as advertised. It was kind of like a scam. It was supposed to be like hot weather, desert weather, but it wasn't. So I actually had to come to where it's actually hot out. To kind of
All
make
right,
up for
I got
that.
one question. I got one question.
Yeah.
Do you have the slippers on that go in between the big toe, or do you got the slides on when you out in the sand? Which one?
Yo, I left
This
the
is a
Which one?
this is a
Margillas.
wait.
This
This
is
is
a
a really
very
important
this will let
question.
me know a lot about you. So
This
which
is like a
which one?
bent brim, regular brim question right here. So open
Yeah, yeah,
toe
yeah,
slide.
I don't wear thongs. I don't
yeah.
care if it's I don't care if it's the underwear con, the flip flop con. Nothing goes between crevices on me.
No,
Nothing.
that's
So
that's
That's
so
wild.
crazy.
so I
That's
wear
wild. That's wild.
slides. I wear slides. I am a
Gotcha,
boy. Yeah.
gotcha. All right, that's
Oh
cool.
man.
All right, well let's get to it then. Let's get
You
to it
ready?
then.
All right. Well,
Yeah, let's do it. Let's
we got our guest up. Let me cue the music for him real quick. Set this up right real quick.
Did he select this or did you select the music for him?
Yo,
That's all.
copyright, bro, copyright.
Okay, gotcha.
Coming to the stage. Someone that was recommended to me by RXH. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. I'm getting to know you today. I'm gonna have to make up some stuff off the fly. But coming to the stage, the one and only. He got planes in the background. I'm sure he's a pilot. So he's whipping the aviator. The one, the only, the enforcer. Actually, are you a pilot though, bro? That's what's up. Wait for the drop. Wait for the drop. Yo, my bad. Is it champagne hottie or champagne Haiti?
Hottie, the first one,
Hottie.
bro.
I
Yes.
thought that was it. Well, welcome. I don't know if I've had a
Thank
conversation with you before. If I have, I'm sorry, but I want to say
Emoji, this
pleasure
is
to
one of
meet you.
those things where you've actually met the person before.
I did.
This is one of, yeah, these are one of those things where you've met the person before. You're just such a big celebrity that you don't
Hey
remember.
yo, bro, it's good seeing you again, man. How you been?
Likewise, bro. Good, good, man. Just living, you know?
That's what's up. That's what's up. Do you fly planes?
No, I do not. So
Oh,
I was in the military prior.
okay.
Um, so I was in aviation, so I was a load master. So what I would do is I basically hop on the jet, load the jet, and fly with the jet all over the world. So that
Bet,
was my
bet, bet.
previous job.
Okay, cool.
Quick flex, quick flex. Dang.
Yeah.
Definitely,
Not a
definitely.
plane, a jet. Let that be known.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's what's up. So, I'm not so X, was kind of like the go between on this. So, were you the one that chose this book, or X chose it and told you were gonna, review it with us?
X definitely told me. I definitely gave him the cosign
Okay.
because I love this book. I'm a big Star Wars fan, so you know this felt like a good book to go for.
Okay, cool. So I'm looking forward to kind of like see more as far as what you guys thought of it and things like that because I'm jumping in like I'm a big Star Wars fan myself, but
Hmm.
like I'm not familiar with the books and like the comics and stuff like that. I'm more so like the movies and then like Clone
Hmm.
Wars and Rebels. Um,
See, you got the base knowledge you need to appreciate this book.
okay,
I think there's levels to the Star Wars fandom. There's like, the casual person that's seen all the movies, and then there's the next step. There's the people who've seen the movies and then they seen like the Mandalorian. Maybe they caught the Clone Wars. And then there's that third tier who, where it's like everything under the sun, the comics, the books, the games, all that.
got it.
So, I think a level two understanding is exactly what you need to be able to like, love this book.
Okay, cool.
This
Well,
book comes highly regarded too, so it felt right to pick this one. And if there was anybody, if I need to recruit someone for some Star Wars knowledge, this is the guy. So
bet,
you
bet,
know,
bet. All right,
ready to
so
dive in.
before doing that, let's just jump real quick. Hold on, real quick. Let me just make sure this is. There we go. Let's jump, and you can check out the stream at the top. Remember, once again, the live stream is pinned to the top, so you can see a visual because this is it's a visual experience. I know we're in spaces, but a lot of art goes into these books and the storytelling, and a large part of it is being able to see these panels and see what's drawn as we reviewed it. So definitely check out the top of the screen where we have the live stream going. But a quick word from in regards to our supporters. Are you a fan of comic books? VV Comic Shop has you covered every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we review modern comics live in real time with you, our fellow comic book enthusiasts. Feel free to keep up to date with the newest comics by checking out VV Comics' website. VV Comics is a digital platform where you can purchase the newest comics from brands such as Marvel, Star Wars, Disney, and more. Purchase the read-only standard editions or upgrade to the limited edition. Limited edition comics are collectible editions with cover variants randomly assigned at the time of purchase that can be sold on a secondary market and offer immersive features such as reading and displaying your comics in augmented reality. Take your digital collecting to the next level with VV Comics, or just visit vv.me for more info on digital collectibles and comics. And as you can see in the stream here, we have VV Comics website. They do drop comics same day as print. So as you see right here, these are all the comics that dropped just yesterday at your local comic book store. You have the Minnie Mouse What If series, Scarlet Witch #6, Moon Knight #2. All you can get them literally even before your local store opens. And like I said, they do have different versions of them. They have the regular standard version, which is similar to something that you get with Kindle or Comixology, or they have limited editions, which do have unique variant covers. They are collectibles, meaning they can be bought and sold on a secondary market and have real world value, and you have extra features where you can read them and display them in augmented reality. So if you're into comic books, definitely check that out, especially if you want to get them same day as print. Or you can also check out VV.me to see what else they have to offer in the realm of collectibles from brands, well-known brands such as Star Trek, Maserati, Marvel, Coca-Cola, Ubisoft, DC, Lamborghini, Funko, and more. There you go.
As always, well said.
That's
Well
well
nice.
done, man. Very nice.
Yeah. The voice is getting sharp. The salesman's voice is getting sharp.
Yo, I mean, we got the support, man. So like we.
Another.
Is that what we call it?
Hey,
Is that what we call it now?
yo, I could afford more vocal lessons now, bro. Like it's different. It's different.
Nice.
Yo, but all
That's
right, so
important. I like that.
there you go. So I got the book up. Right, and I am actually gonna lean a little bit more on you guys too on this because, like I said, I have a basic knowledge of it from. I mean, Thrawn, you know, he was in Rebels and stuff like that. But there's, I'm sure, a lot more in this lore and in this story that I'm kind of like.
Wasn't he also in the last show that just came out? Was this?
He was in Ahsoka. He was in Ahsoka. Yes.
Yo, I actually really liked him in that. Like, and that was, and I'll be real with you because, the Enforcer, he literally, he's me and X's, like, we all know each other in real life, so he's literally like the go-to guy for this, for us. So he literally, like, him and X put me onto all of this Star Wars. All you guys know in the VV fam, I literally got onto all of the Star Wars stuff like 2 years ago, right? And love it now, right? So that was my first introduction to him, and right away I like his character because he's like no nonsense, bro, and I really dig that. So when they did this book, I was like, okay, I'm cool with this. So, but in that show, bro, like, did you not like him in that show? Just off the record?
No, I really like him. I really like him.
He's
character?
He's the type of villain that's like real, like too like he's
Cerebral.
mad calm. Like he's real
Yeah.
calm, and like that's what makes him scary because he's not over the top. He doesn't have to do a lot. He's very sinister.
What I liked about this book too is because I'm familiar with him from Rebels and from Ahsoka, but in neither of those you don't really get much interaction. I don't think you get any interaction between him and Vader. I'm thinking Rebels.
Yeah.
Was there? I don't think so. I don't think there was. So this was because I'd say, in all honesty, these are probably the two most interesting people to me when it comes to the Sith. I mean, I do like Ventress a lot as well, but these are probably, the top tier two for me. And to have this dynamic and this storytelling where, like, they have this backstory even when Anakin was a Jedi, which we'll get into as well. So I thought it was an interesting dynamic because neither of them are pushovers, right? And a lot of times when you think of Vader, you think like everyone is like scared of him and stuff like that, but Thrawn has a whole different level of confidence himself.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking. You're trying to say it without saying it.
Mm-hmm.
Yo,
Actually,
Enforcer.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna ask you, bro. Do you have a favorite? I feel like I know the answer already, but do you have a favorite cover from this book?
So
Like rarity.
I do. So I wrote so many times for issue number 2, the secret rare, just because I just think it goes hard. I think issue 1. I think issue 1's rare is also fire. It's like a live action Anakin and Thrawn, and I think
that's actually the uncommon.
Hold on, I'm gonna pull that up. Which one are you talking about?
Goes hard.
The uncommon, I had to roll a few times. That's the one I wanted too.
Yeah,
I think I rolled 3 times and I got it on the 3rd time.
Wait,
But
are you talking
the
about
ultra rare is really dope too.
Are you talking about issue 1?
Issue 1, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, let me pull it up. Okay, the one with him and Anakin. I have it on the screen.
Yeah, the movie version of Anakin.
Nice.
Why can't I think of his name right now?
Hayden Christensen. Hayden Christensen.
Yeah. But that ultra rare goes crazy too, bro. The half and half, that ultra rare.
Yeah, bro.
Nuts.
Oh yeah. Definitely. All right, cool, man.
Give some love to these books for sure.
Cool. All right, let's. If you guys are ready to jump into it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Here we go. All right. So it opens up, and you have Thrawn, and he's on like this star. That's what it is, a star destroyer, right? And I guess they're taking out these people, and he's noticing that like they're sacrificing themselves and stuff like that. And anyway, he gets a call. He gets a call from the Emperor, and the Emperor is like, I sense a disturbance in the Force, and I need you to check out this planet Batu, and I need you to go with Vader. So they're off on a mission to do this, and while they're doing that, something pretty much sucks them out of hyperspace and delays it. And here's where you have like kind of like the first bit of conflict or disagreement between Admiral Thrawn and Vader. And this was kind of like where I was like, all right, Thrawn isn't really a pushover. Like he's actually going to like challenge like Vader and what Vader says, because they're having this kind of like debate on why it's not working, and he's saying that it's impossible what you're saying. But anyway, they have this exchange, and then it goes back in time between I guess the prior visit to Batu, because Padme is still alive, and you're seeing a little bit of what happened while she was on that planet, and she's dealing with the loss of a friend there. I'm gonna stop here real quick. What did you guys think in regards to just how this kicked off, the interactions between Thrawn and Vader, and even like the time jump? Because like this for me was a clue. All right, we're gonna be jumping back and forth in time with this story.
It made me think of like what the employment process is on the ship, because to be to be in a position where you're literally got Thrawn and Vader like fighting in front of you, like how do you get that role? Like, first of all, and I felt so much anxiety during this part for that person, because it's like I felt like Vader could choke her out at any moment, and it seemed like Thrawn was kind of like on her side. So I really like the dynamic of them going back and forth in front of this person, that's just a regular employee. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Yo,
Funny
it
part, you
literally.
talk go ahead, Forster, go
I,
ahead.
okay, now I was gonna say it's literally as Emoji said. Like I like the power dynamic that they have there, because it seems like they're always constantly tugging between each other. It's like Vader's like, "Oh, try me," and Thrawn's like, "No, no, no, you're good, you're good, you're good." So I do like that. There's like that constant, like, oh, like they're really trying to step on each other's toes. They're both two forces to be reckoned with. So I think they both bring something to the table. But go what you were gonna say, E.
But my thing is like with, and this is one of the questions. I think me and Emoji are gonna come with a lot of questions, right? And
Uh-huh.
my question is, and I think X brought up a good point. Yeah, like you're talking about the choke, like choking someone out, right? I'm laughing because I'm like, yo, can he just like choke the hell out of Thrawn right now? Like he can, like he can have his way, but what is stopping him? The fact that they're basically both employed by the same guy, like what's his name, Palpatine. Like they both basically work for him. Like what is Thrawn exactly? He's just a general, right? He's an alien. He has
Well,
no
he's also super
specific.
strong. He can fight.
Yes.
Is that what
Yeah.
it is? Okay, okay. So I'm like, what is it that there has to be something that Vader respects there as well that keeps him
E.
from what
You
happened?
literally just said it. You literally just said it. It's just that mutual respect. And I think that there's not
Gotcha,
many people that Vader does respect, but I think that's something out the gate that we can be like, oh, Vader respects him.
gotcha. And that's where I'm going
No,
at.
I
Like,
think
what makes him respect them? But go, yeah, that's perfect.
What you
I
say,
think
prop?
it's more. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got
We
you.
got you.
Yeah, we got you.
You hear me? Yeah. I think. I mean, just because the way that I know Star Wars, it's more about the honor and the respect for Palpatine. Because if not for that,
Yes.
Vader has a much more shorter leash or shorter trigger with people like with his subordinates.
Hmm.
If you know the order of operations within the empire, it's like, there are times where Vader doesn't have subordinates. Like, he has people that are at his same level. Now, are they at his same level power wise? No, he can pretty much kill all these people. But the thing that's keeping him from doing that is because he's designated a position where they are, I wouldn't say equals, but they're in command of different things, and so they're needed, right? And that's kind of like handed down from the emperor. So it's more about the honor and the code of how a military force works, or or whatever you want to call their force. And it's more about that. But like, but it's but the thing is like that's a game because sometimes Vader can override that.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? If he feels like he has to, it's like
Yeah,
he has
sometimes Vader be choking people out left and right.
right, like he has the discretion to override the protocol. But that's what makes Star Wars so quirky is because it's like it's it's kind of like a fake order of operation or fake what do you call it chain of command.
Hmm.
But they follow it though, to make you believe that it's real also, like, it's weird.
I
There
feel
got to
you.
be a rank that you could reach where Vader just can't choke you out because that's like part of your benefit package.
Bro, he choked the empire.
That comes with the job. Yeah, Vader,
bro
Vader no
bro, he
choking
choked the
on
emperor
one.
out. Remember in episode 3 he choked the emperor out, so no, there is no.
Like
So
HR got to break it down to you. Like, okay, so once you get to this tier and rank, this gives you special access to this badge where Vader will not choke you out.
that's I said
Now,
the badge
bear
got
with him because
got
he
the
may
hand
forget.
symbol with the X out with the circle with the,
Yeah,
slash.
the no choking zone.
No
This is a no
chokehold allowed.
choking
That's
zone.
crazy.
That's like
I think
like a benefit you got to get to after you work there long enough.
I think the other part of this, in all seriousness, the other part of this of like why this book is probably really popular or the story is popular is because we're gonna find out why Vader specifically has the respect for Thrawn, not just outside of like the code. I think we're gonna see it with the time jumps, um, you know, and I think something pivotal might have happened where he's like, man, I can't really do nothing to this guy because he's got something over him.
Hmm.
Now, last
Hmm.
question that may seem crazy here. Remember, because I'm always brushing up on the Star Wars lore or whatever. What is putting Palpatine at this ultimate thing where he's in control of these guys who are literally like, come on, Vader is hands down Anakin, one of the baddest dudes ever. You have Thrawn here, who's literally they said that one of the best strategists there is to have. Like, what puts them
well
at the
well
mercy of
Well,
Palpatine
Palpatine?
Palpatine is
well
strong. Like,
Yes, no.
don't
I
sleep
just
on
want that to
Palpatine.
be explained. You know?
Hmm.
Yeah.
well Palpatine is like a mythical Sith Lord. Like he's like transcends like eras, and he has the ability allegedly, and I think even this happened in like books or different stories of him bringing people back from the dead. So like he can wield that kind of power. um like he's basically a Sith Lord that you've heard about, like, you know what I mean, like, so it's like, so like Anakin even heard about him, so it's like when he encountered him he's like, oh wow, like you are the legendary, Sith that that I've heard of,
I don't know. I
and
think
Yo,
I
like,
think
Yeah,
he's
yo,
all
like
smoke.
urban legends type of thing. Yeah, I know what you mean.
I
Like
think
those
he's
things
all
of
smoke though. I don't know. I think Palpatine and maybe the
some things
Enforcer.
are
I
I
think
could.
the
right.
Enforcer could back me up, but I think he's more like just a master manipulator. I don't think he actually has any
Ooh,
power
that's
over
heavy.
anybody.
I think that's
So
a part of it though. It's a
I
part of it.
think so. I think initially we got this. If we turn back time to when Vader was still Anakin, you got Palpatine trying to manipulate him. Absolutely, he is the master manipulator. He literally decided to play chess with Count Dooku. He was literally the leader of both sides. They just were trying to see who would come up out on top, the Clone Wars. But you got someone like Anakin who is clearly stronger, superior to Palpatine, in his prime. And now, as Vader, he literally purposely puts him in that suit so that he can basically manipulate him to do whatever he wants. Because Vader can't kill Palpatine now, because all he's got to do is shoot his Force lightning at him, and all his life support
he's
system
on
is
light. Yeah,
basically
life
going,
support.
yeah, it's gonna give out on him. So there's this, I think it's funny knowing the relationship that Vader and Palpatine have. You think it's all good, between them. But during this time, Vader actually had to prove himself even after he became Darth Vader. to Palpatine. So it's always been this uphill battle for Vader. So I think that he fears and respects the Emperor. And then, depending on where this is in the timeline, I don't know. I don't remember actually where this is in the timeline. I'm sure we're gonna figure out pretty soon. I'm assuming it's sometime, after Rebels,
Yeah,
but
that's what I'm thinking
after,
too. That's what I'm thinking
yeah, but
around there.
but post Vader finding out that he has a son, his loyalty shifts 100%.
Mm. And just like to add on the whole Palpatine thing, right? Like Palpatine is, I mean, don't sleep on Palpatine. Like Palpatine is a Sith Lord for a reason. And I go back to, even when you look at Episode 3 and the fight that Palpatine had with Yoda, right? I mean, you look at those characters and they look, because they're old, they look feeble and stuff like that. But it's not necessarily about, the muscle. It's about their skill in the Force, and that's the thing. Yes, Palpatine is older and he looks like, decrepit, but his abilities and his skill in the Force, I mean, he has years and years and years of experience. And if the theory is correct that Palpatine has lived multiple lifetimes, that that's a depth of understanding of the Force that, that many people, in Star Wars can't even fathom. So yeah, he is a pretty big deal, and I can see why. I feel that with Anakin, he was a little bit too headstrong when he would, as Anakin, when he thought he was under the assumption, oh, like, I can conquer the Emperor, and, we can lead the galaxy. I think that was a little bit bravado, because I don't think that he was strong enough to beat the Emperor at that time when he fought Obi-Wan Kenobi. Just because of the fact of how much, skill Palpatine has when it comes to the dark side of the Force. But I did want to jump to the next, unless anyone else wanted to cover on that before I go to the next scene.
We'll be stuck here forever because I was about to ask
Yeah,
another
we're good.
good
We're good.
question.
Oh yeah.
That was gonna lead us down another rabbit hole, which would be crazy. But I guess, damn, I still want to ask it, but
No,
that's
no, go ahead, bro, go ahead. Yo, we don't gotta jump over. Oh, actually, I do want to say this. Real quick. I want to give a big shout out and love to the Discord, for what they did with us with the giveaways and stuff like that. Appreciate it. Appreciate Eagle, Swampy, OMW, Magic, everyone that helped along with that. We going forward, we're not going to need to use, we're not going to need to have people go to the Discord. Everything's going to be here, but I do want to give a big thank you for their help in facilitating that. So, but with that said, we don't have like a time crunch like that. So, I mean, we don't have to jump over anywhere. So,
great.
have at it.
All right. So with this question, like I said, I love the Star Wars stuff because I like to soak it up. So with all the people here that are pretty well versed in this, who would we say is the strong? We don't even have to say the strongest. Who are you putting on that level where it's just like this dude is the guy? Because you just said Palpatine.
Vader.
We know Anakin's not going toe to toe with Palpatine at a certain point. Who at their pinnacle is the guy? Who's the guy? Of
It's
all
gotta
Star,
be.
of
It's gotta be
all Star
Anakin.
Wars.
It's gotta be
I'm,
Anakin.
yeah,
So
I have to
what's the
agree.
highest,
I
right?
think Anakin can beat Palpatine.
Oh, look at Prop. And I
Yeah,
know who he's gonna say. He's gonna say Luke. I know he's gonna say Luke.
Luke can't beat Anakin in his prime.
I didn't think so.
Nah,
Yeah.
I don't think Luke can beat Anakin in this part though. But
Go ahead,
what's up,
Go
bro?
ahead, bro. Yeah, I'm
What
waiting.
are you waiting for? Go ahead.
We
He
waiting on
that's
you,
it.
bro. Go ahead.
Yeah, come
It
on.
should it should be obvious after just like 15 seconds of thought, but now obviously, Luke is a good answer, and Luke is very powerful, and Luke never we never really got to see like his full potential. Is probably just in books, but I will agree that he can't be like there was a time or a long period of time where he couldn't beat Anakin or Darth, right? And that was like true during the movies. Like during the film, it was evident that if Darth didn't turn, then Luke was done, right? But I think that like the way to understand the answer of who the most powerful is, and look, you could say Yoda, right? It's just that Yoda hasn't been
properly tested except for that one time in the Clone Wars where you just alluded to where he
I
fought
think he
Palpatine.
lost. He lost to Palpatine.
He lost.
Palpatine
He
beat him up.
lost to Palpatine, right?
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't say he lost. It was like a technicality. He slipped on a piece of metal. Like so,
He
like
slipped.
let's not. And which was a beautiful, which is the beautiful piece of cinema
Technicality is
because
Uh,
crazy.
Yo,
yeah, like
yeah, I'm glad you
that.
said that because that scene is fire. That's a great
Yeah,
Star Wars scene.
he just fell off the level like on some Mario Brothers shit, right? So like it's so that's kind of like a DQ, but by default, like that's a TKO. It's not a KO.
mhm.
So but the obvious answer should be Obi Wan Kenobi because
Ooh,
number one, Obi Wan beat Anakin number one, right? He beat him like flat out. Now you can say it was prime or not. To me, that was prime. Um, I think that like in the flesh, Anakin was more powerful than Darth Vader. It's just my opinion. And I think that like Obi-Wan is crafted like when everybody says like, oh, like how powerful is Batman, you're like, oh, everyone always says, well, Batman is crafty, he's super smart, blah blah blah, he's a detective. Like that's Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan is to me the smartest Jedi. um and I think that's what gives him the edge on most Jedi. I think Obi-Wan has the ability to beat most of the Jedis.
he
um
had the most
I
yeah.
think.
dubs
I
across
think.
all Star
Yeah.
Wars.
I
I
think.
feel
I
like.
think Obi-Wan is a
Then he
really
just
good
beat
choice.
Vader up. Then he just
Um.
beat Vader up again with the when he's bust the
Yeah, but yo,
mask open.
the issue is they nerfed Obi-Wan. They nerfed Obi-Wan OD in that show, and
Obi
that
Yeah,
kind of like what annoyed me. But
I agree.
Obi-Wan, like,
Yeah, I
So you
wouldn't
guys
count
so
didn't
that.
like that show? You didn't
I
like
don't
what
that
count that
happened?
one.
Obi-Wan show?
It
Nah,
was
we don't count the new stuff like that.
It was
No, no,
good,
I
but
get
it
it, but
it
I'm just
wasn't
saying
like
for content. Like, did you not like it at all?
I liked it. I liked it.
That's what I'm saying. I like to see it. Like, I'm
I
never
did not.
opposed to.
I did not like it. I liked it, but I felt like they toned it down a lot
mm.
I
because
think
Well,
they try
all
to make him a
they
little
could have
man.
had
They try
Vader
to make
really
him a
out
little
there.
man.
No. I feel like they with Obi-Wan they had him. They crutched him a little bit, but I feel like Vader could have been way more ruthless and like Vader, like all the books and portrayals of Vader is like him hunting people down, like
Mm.
and like just trying to rid any you say the word Jedi, you're gonna die. Like so that I felt like was kind of underplayed a little bit in that tell. But I do agree with Prop in the sense where like Obi-Wan definitely is overlooked in when with this conversation, but he's got the
Mm.
most dubs. Like he has won pretty much
Yeah,
every
he's yeah
fight we've
he's a
Like
seen.
beast.
And
Obi-Wan,
He's a beast.
Obi-Wan had to take a L, like a voluntary L for the love, like for the culture in episode 4 to Darth Vader. It's like, bro, I don't want to beat you again because the movie's gonna be over. So let me just take the L right now. Let me turn into a force
that's
ghost.
wild.
So,
That's
That's
wild.
wild.
It's crazy. That was a clutch pick, bro. Because he did get at Anakin. Yo, bro, he's that guy. That was a clutch pick. I'll give you that.
Mm.
Clutch pick.
All right, all right. Did you guys want to move on to the next
Yeah,
next
let's
part
do
of
it.
this? All right.
Let's
So
do it.
so we have the flashback right with Padme, and she's at this planet Batu, which is the planet that they're supposed to be going to, and she's there and she sees a friend, and she sees a friend that's dead, and they have her kind of like displayed and stuff like that, and she acts like she doesn't know the friend, but she asks if she could sing like a customary song to like as a send off, and she's heartbroken that her friend has died, but she's able to get this, I guess, pendant or gem or something like that to be able to locate her spaceship. And she finds a spaceship and finds that her friend leaves a message for her, pretty much saying that she was investigating something, and obviously she ended up getting caught, and that's why she ended up dying. So, I think is it this scene where she sends out a thing to Anakin? But at some point she sends out a message to Anakin, and then it goes to present day, and you have Thrawn and Vader still going at it, figuring out what's going on with this whole delay, and then them being knocked out of hyperspace and things like that. But hold on, and we go back to the past. But did you guys want to touch on this dialogue between Anakin between not Anakin, between Vader and Thrawn?
I just have one question.
Hmm.
When you're reading this, and this is kind of like a biased question. When you're reading it, like, do you hear like which voices do you hear in your head? Like, do you hear Anakin from Clone Wars, or do you hear like Hayden
I
Christensen's
think to
Anakin?
me, Anakin is always going to be Clone Wars Anakin, because that is the Anakin that I feel embody like is the character the most. I mean, I understand Hayden, is iconic and especially like because I grew up with the Hayden Christensen movies, right? But there's something about just the way that Anakin was portrayed in Clone Wars. It just felt more in line with the character of what he's supposed to be. So I kind of do hear that, and then obviously with this, I hear with Thrawn, I hear Rebels Thrawn.
Yeah, like having Vader's voice in my
Vader's
head
James Earl
reading.
Jones though all the time.
Yeah, the James Earl Jones reading the book goes crazy. Like
Hmm.
every time he shows up, it just like all these tit for tats that they have in their dialogue. It just in my head, it just sounded so dope reading this book. I just wanted to point that out. But I definitely hear Clone Wars Anakin when I read the book too. Like I hear his voice.
Wait, so you hear the suit too? You hear all the like you doing all that sound effects in your head
Yeah,
too?
yeah, bro. Everything. Immerse myself.
Nah, that's dope. That's dope.
I feel you. I feel you. Did anyone else want to weigh in on this conversation that they're having in Stuck in Deep Space?
Nah,
I think is this.
I mean, for me,
Hmm?
no, yeah, I think for me it's all good because it's that same thing. We're just right now. I'm just looking at the relationship and how Vader's able to stay kind of calm. That's what's amazing me through this whole thing is like, dude, he's having a lot of conversation and it feels like he wants to do a little bit more, but he can't. So for me,
They
it's
trying
like
to.
it's
Yeah,
funny
they're
always
stuck. They're stuck.
yeah,
I think.
it's just at a standstill.
I think this was something because I think that this book is canon. So I think that this was something that kind of solidified the whole Disney thing with the hyperspace jumps. Dang, I wish like someone like Tasha or John was in here too. But yeah, there was this big thing with the hyperspace jumps where, like in the original trilogy, they had mentioned they can't do that, right? But like it would be impossible to do that. And then in Disney in the sequel trilogy, they threw that out the window. It was like, yeah, let's just hyperspace jump a whole bunch of times, just pop out and pop in and stuff like that. So there was like kind of like this discrepancy as far as well what can or can't you do in like when traveling through space. And I think that this kind of like co-sign the Disney thing because that's what they're talking about. They're talking about doing hyperspace jumps to try and get there. And how long it would take. But yeah, I thought that was interesting with them like doubling down on as far as just Disney retcon.
But it's kind of funny too because Vader like he goes like like he corrects them on the time limit when he's like yeah bro like nah like
Yeah.
it's just like funny like
He's trying to get the
like, yeah he's just being an asshole like I'm just saying like it's like he really wants to fight but he's using his words instead which is like
I want to
that's
see a
what the
Vader
plan
Thrawn
was,
fight.
bro.
I would like to see a Vader Thrawn fight.
That's why I was asking. I was like, yo, no, but we kind of summed it up that, Vader, I would say Vader will wash him, but, like, we don't know. He's
But
a master
but it
strategist.
depends. It depends because you have people that are specifically made to take down Jedi, right? So like, I think a lot of times when we think of Star Wars, we think of Jedi versus Jedi, right? But you have and this is one reason why I like Rebels, right? Because you had Jedi's versus the Mandalorians, and then you saw, they had weapons specifically made to take down Jedi. So it was like, yeah, you can have this powerful, Jedi that you look at is like, all right, but they're just dismantling them, because like none of like their force doesn't work, like nothing works. So it would be interesting, and as smart and as an intelligent that Thrawn is, and also as capable as a fighter that he is, I don't know, bro. I don't know. Vader might have his work cut out for him. I still think he would win, but I think it would be an interesting fight. I think it would be an interesting fight. I think it would be an interesting fight. I think it would be an interesting fight.
Yo,
To see how that plays out.
Yo, I can't hear Boogie. Can you reset?
You said you can't hear Boogie?
Yeah, I don't think I can hear Boogie.
Nah.
Yeah, I can't hear Boogie, and I don't think I can hear Enforcer either. Shit.
Yo. Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's,
Oh no, I hear you. I hear you. I just can't hear Boogie.
Yo,
Boogie, say
Boog, you
something.
talking?
yeah. I'm talking right now. Can you hear me, X?
Yeah, we hear
Yeah.
you. You can't hear him, right, Prop?
I hear you.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, no, I
fine.
can't hear Boogie.
All right.
All right.
Yo, Boog,
Boog,
maybe just
Boogs.
drop
down and
back
come
up.
back. Yeah. And if that doesn't work, then Prop, you
Thank
might
you.
have to drop down and come back up.
Yeah. Thanks, Boog. Appreciate you.
But yeah. All right. Let's jump ahead to the next, and then we have another flashback, right? And it's Anakin coming back to check on what's going on, and and this was interesting. It was interesting because I think that this is Anakin's first interaction with Thrawn. Like they're in their ships, right? And then they come across each other, and they don't know who each other is and stuff like that, and they kind of question each other. You find out that it's both Anakin and Thrawn. This is obviously in the past, so before Episode 3, and they're coming to meet each other for the first time, and going on this mission together, and then it flashes back to Anakin to Vader and Thrawn again, kind of like this parallel and stuff like that. Also, on this planet on the outskirts, where it's kind of like dangerous, and you got like these criminals and stuff like that all around. Reminds me of like the Tatooine like bar scene and stuff like that. Did you guys want to weigh in on this the interactions between either Anakin and Vader, or the flip between Vader and Thrawn in the with the bar scene?
I have one question.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's very specific. Oh, Boog said, he's trying to get back up.
Oh, I got him.
So in one of the panels, Anakin says R2, but they spell it out like AR2.
Facts. They spell all the droid names all the
What
way out.
is
which I
that
love.
about?
I've
love
seen
that.
that before. I've seen that before.
I've seen it before too, but I love when they do that.
I don't know why. Sometimes it's like the letters and numbers, or sometimes it's spelled out R2. I actually don't know why, but I have seen it before.
I think it's because he's calling them by his like nickname. Like instead of R2D2, he's saying R2. So
I think it's just because they want to humanize them.
Oh, possibly.
Yeah, exactly.
Possibly.
I just want to humanize them. Yeah.
Got you. Okay.
Possibly.
I thought that threw me off. Thought that was like a typo or something. I was like, R2. Like, wouldn't you just put R2? Like,
And I think he says 3PO as well when he's like,
Yeah.
shit, 3PO.
Yeah.
That sounds like a little funny like side thing that I wanted to hear what you guys thought about.
I feel you. Let me see. Book, can you say something to see if Prop can hear you?
Yeah, you got me. Y'all got me.
I got you.
Yeah, you
Prop.
good. You good.
Okay. All right.
Good to go.
All right, yeah. Yo, emoji. Shout out the 150 people that's in the live stream.
Yo, we got 150 on the live stream already.
That's it. We used to be having like 1,000.
156.
Yo. Oh wait, here we go.
Shout out to the chat, bro.
Let's go. Yeah, man, yeah. And once again, too, like I said, everyone that's in here, we do got a giveaway today. Make sure you repost both the space and the live stream. The space and the live stream. The live stream is pinned to the top of the X space. And we'll run an X picker.
I'm trying to get that giveaway too. What's going on? What I gotta do?
It's only for the guest and the audience.
Oh, never mind. We still doing that? That's crazy.
Yeah. So it's only
It's
we get our own thing. But yeah, nah. So yeah, make sure to repost the space and the live stream, both of them, in order to enter into the giveaway. And you also have to be here when your name is called. So make sure you're here in the space. All right, cool. So, did anyone else want to weigh in on this, on the interactions with Vader and Thrawn?
I just think
It
it's
feels
dope how they're kind of showing like the young versions of them, and then like
and then it flash forwards to the older one.
Yeah, like their personalities are different.
Also, it feels like Vader's like, and I don't know, maybe y'all could correct me if I'm wrong, but it feels like Vader's kind of like a kid in this situation. Like Thrawn is, he's aware of like, the people, of like who to look out for, and like, what you like it feels like Thrawn has his head on a swivel, and Vader is kind of like just walking in like oblivious. Like did y'all get that feeling?
Wait, this is Anakin or
No,
Vader?
no, no, no. With Vader, while they're in the bar
Vader.
scene,
Oh,
in the in the
oh,
top, you can see
oh,
like
oh.
with the panels.
I feel
I
like
definitely want to chime in with this one.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and so you go right after me,
Yeah.
and I'm not gonna say anything too crazy, but for me, I just feel like Vader is kind of like in second in command. So that goes to like how you said, like I just feel like, and that goes to like what you said, like feeling like a kid. I just feel like Thrawn kind of knows, like, like he's more,
Like he's more so from the streets.
yeah, like he's like he's been here before, right? You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
And I feel like Vader's just a little bit more like, like following his lead. So
That's what it
that's
felt like. I was like, yo,
yeah, yeah. He
like.
doesn't feel like the same Vader we know. That's more like boss. Like you do this, you do this. Oh, you didn't listen?
Nah, I don't even think. I think it's more like a like they're trying like he's trying him to mess up. Like he wants it. He's like playing it more low because they have this kind of rivalry going right now. So I feel like he's just trying to like see where things go.
Oh,
Exactly.
he's playing on his downfalls. What you saying? So then he can say, "Aha."
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Okay. All right.
I
Enforce.
think. I
But do you think
so.
he needs to do that though? Like, cause I mean, he's in a higher command than Thrawn. Like, I would
think
say
that
Vader's probably like second in command, right?
yes and no. I think because like Vader has always kind of had to again fight for his position. Yes, he's like in charge of the 501st. Like he's
Mm-hmm.
basically like the fist of like the military, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But Thrawn is more of a strategic. I think Thrawn has more pull than Vader, like militarily.
Way.
But I was gonna say I think that they have this kind of like back and forth because I think Thrawn knows that Vader is Anakin.
That,
I think
I would think that, cause Thrawn is too intelligent. I think
yes.
that he knows. Yes,
And
I
exactly
agree.
what X said is I think that the first time, like there, when we get to the bar scene, it's like you see Anakin act a certain way. So I think Vader's trying to like he's like, oh, I remember how this went down the first time. I'm gonna come in cool, calm, and collective, So I think that that's kind of like how why we're seeing it like the way it
Damn, you
is.
cooked with that one. I'm not gonna lie, you cooked with that one.
Mm. Okay. Okay. Did anyone else want to weigh in on this? Are we good?
I think we good.
yeah, I
Yeah.
still just don't like the way Vader's looking, bro. Y'all told me he was the man.
Yo,
Y'all told me he was a
yo,
badass.
yo,
And
Vader
Yo,
looking like a fish out of water, bro.
yeah,
Vader
now
looking like a fish out of water.
pause.
and Thrawn is just,
Yo, Vader out here looking like a lick, bro. Like I don't know.
I don't like the way this looks. That's what I'm saying. Like, and I like Thrawn, man. I like Thrawn, but like I'm just like I think Enforce is right. Like how he's saying, like it feels like he has more pull. I don't know. Like I don't know if this whole
Pause.
X, X is I don't know if this is like wishful thinking that he's just waiting on his downfall. You know what I mean? Like but the funny part is like Vader's strategic as well, right? So I don't want to not say Vader's not intelligent as well, right? So we're talking about how Thrawn is very intelligent. He's very strategic, but to me, isn't that Vader as well? I mean, he may not be to the level
He's like
of
a blend. He's like half
Yeah,
brute, half intelligent
yeah.
type.
It's
he's
more.
very
I don't think
intelligent
it's.
as well.
I guess downfall was like maybe not the best way to put it. I think it's more. It's like, yo, we're on the same team, but we have different agendas. That's
Yes.
basically
Yes.
what it is.
Yeah.
and
And they
and
also
you
have
and,
Vader,
different threats.
and you know what it
and
is
Vader,
too. Oh, go ahead, Prop.
Vader,
Go ahead, Prop.
Vader be falling for the banana tailpipe sometime, man. Like I ain't gonna lie, though.
Yo, yo, Vader has superhero syndrome. He has superhero syndrome. Let me explain to you what I mean. Like, you know how a lot of times they'll have a superhero and they'll have the other side, right? Which isn't necessarily stronger than a superhero, but they're smarter, right? Like you take Superman, Lex Luthor, right? And remember, Vader started out as Anakin, which was a good guy, right? So he's not dumb, but he's like your traditional, he's like your
He's
traditional
blonde though.
superhero type
He is
of
blonde.
archetype. Yeah, he's a
He's
superhero
blonde.
archetype, and
Before he was
and
in the
I
suit.
yeah, and I think when he became Vader as a bad guy, he still kept that same thing. So it's kind of like now you have someone like who's Thrawn, who is like the master manipulator, who is very highly intelligent and stuff like that. So you're seeing that discrepancy between the two characters, where in this realm, Vader is a novice, and yes, he's a powerful Jedi and things like that. But also we've seen in Star Wars that powerful Jedi can be taken down.
You know,
Mhm.
not for nothing, but Anakin grew up like a trust fund baby. Like he okay,
Yo, he
granted
was
he
like an
was a
orphan,
slave.
bro.
Granted, he was a
You
slave. Nah, he
wildin'.
was an
He was a
orphan.
slave.
He was a
Wildin'.
slave.
You
He was a
wildin'.
slave, but that was until he was only 8 years old. After that, it was cookies, ice cream, and teddy bears.
Bro, he
He
literally
was
he
he
literally
was he
found his
grew up
mom,
he grew
bro.
up
He literally
it,
found his
he
mom and she died in his arms.
but he was really raised in a cloud city, literally in a cloud with
I mean, it
Jedi's
was technically clouds, yeah. It was
and
clouds.
caviar, like Jedi caviar, like
You skipped
so
the whole.
he
You skipped
doesn't
the
really he
whole
lost his
taste test.
savvy. He lost a lot of his savvy and became like, oh, you're gonna do this, I'm gonna punish you, like I'm gonna get you, like type of mentality. He lost that street, slave
Nah, you
mentality.
gotta remember, bro. He was trying to get some, and the Jedi was like, "Nah, you gotta chill. You can't do that."
He
He
was
was
trying
boo
to. He was
loving.
trying to have the family, and they were telling him that's not the way we do
Exactly. He
things.
was boo loving too crazy, bro.
Yeah, nah, well, he was still stuck, stuck in some ways.
That's crazy.
He he
That's
try he
crazy.
try he try to get his, he try to get his, yeah, I can't say it. Ah, all right, go ahead,
We
man.
know, we know. I don't know,
I
man.
feel you. I feel you.
Anakin has always been like the Jedi that thinks outside the box. He's the unorthodox Jedi that can think of what the. I think that's what sets him apart from the rest. That's why I think he's, you know, held in such high regard. I don't know.
But he's a soldier. He's a soldier. He's a
He
general,
is.
and
He is.
and and
He
and
gets
I
shit
think
done.
yeah, and I think that what we're seeing right now is him kind of like being a little bit out of his element because this is crime, right? This is the underbelly, and this apparently is somewhere where Thrawn is very familiar with how things work, and I just find it funny you're seeing kind of like that I don't want to say uncomfortableness, right? Because I don't feel Vader's ever uncomfortable, but like fish out of water syndrome, where Thrawn is kind of like giving him the heads up of like, all right, this is going on, this is who you need to look
Well,
after.
you said something that was key too. That where,
Mhm.
like, if I have these two abilities, right?
Mhm.
Super smarts and brute force,
Mhm.
and I know if all else fails, I can just destroy everything, right? Right? He just leans on that. So, like you said, he falls for the banana in the tailpipe, right?
Yeah, because that can be
It's only
overconfidence.
because-
That can be
Yeah, it's
overconfidence.
only because of overconfidence of knowing every time I get in a battle, 9.99999%, you don't stand a chance.
But
So
that goes back.
and then it goes to what you were saying, Emoji,
Uh-huh.
how he's lost with that, like he has that complex of
Yeah.
I'm that guy. Like even in the series, and I can say going back to the what was it called, the Obi-Wan series,
Mhm.
and I never forget the part when they're like in the little tunnels, and this is when the what's the name, Reva, the girl with the
Uh-huh.
two,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? There's a part, and I'm like, why is it taking him so long to get to this ship? To eventually does what he does, and he like pauses it in the air. And when it got to that part, I'm like, oh, yo, he's mad strong. Like he just stopped the whole ship from moving, like
Yo.
in the air. But it's just like, dude, he could have ran through that cave, but instead
Yo.
he's just casually walking. And I know that's what he does, but I'm just like, dude, like
He just be chilling.
if he-
Yo, Yo, I'm with Prop, bro. Yo, Vader do be acting like a trust fund baby, bro. Like now that I'm really thinking about this right now, I'm really thinking about this because yo, like it's the same. It's superhero syndrome. Yo, Superman be doing the same thing, right? Because no one can fade Superman on a 1-to-1, right? So he knows that, right? But he keeps finding himself in situations where he may die, and that's because like he's not like he's just too like he's too confident in himself, and it's like you're not looking at what other people are kind of like what they can do to you, and
So
I
his
think
anger didn't make him who he was. Like that's what I'm
So
saying. That's what Enforced everybody was talking about. I think his anger, his story made him as powerful as he is. Did it not?
yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
I got one thing to say.
Go ahead.
I
Go
got one
ahead.
thing to say. I think Obi-Wan throws him off. I think that gets him emotional. That takes away his edge because again, Anakin's always he knows he could beat Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan can't beat Anakin in a straight 1v1.
You know the
Obi-Wan
crazy.
baited him into like again his hubrism. He's just like I got the high ground, and in Anakin's head he's just like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna do you like you did Darth Maul. You think because you got the high ground, he's like, well, I remember what you did to Darth Maul. You jumped over his head and slit him in half. That's always been a one of Anakin's thing. Again, in another comic book that came out, and I think Vivi put it out too. It's young Anakin fighting a hologram version of Darth Maul because he always wanted to, you know what I mean? He wanted to prove himself too, because obviously he has the Jedi Master that's beaten a Sith Lord, the first Jedi to beat a Sith Lord in how many years? Thousands of years or whatever it is.
Now you know something that I will say about Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan does have that awareness. He does have that street awareness. For anyone that definitely saw the Clone Wars, he was thrown into jail with criminals, and they all thought he was a criminal with him. Like they, even Cad Bane, who's like one of the top, like a top tier character when it comes to like the criminal underworld, thought what's his name, Obi-Wan was a criminal with them. And he was like, he ended up getting a whole group together and stuff like that. But yeah, and I think that's another thing. Like Anakin has that naivete. Like he has that, and he still has it as Vader. He's like, you see it even in the scene. He still has it as Vader, where he's like, I'm strong. That's all that matters, right?
Yep.
Yo, I wanted to ask one question before you guys move on, because Enforcer, what did you think about the conversation that they're having about this group of people, right? Where I feel like that's what we're talking about, where like, what position do you think Thrawn is trying to represent, and what position do you think Vader is trying to represent? Where Thrawn is basically saying, "Oh, those are ceremonial knives," and Vader's like, "Nah, they're weapons." Like that part, I was like,
I think so. You got somebody who's over analytic, like Thrawn. He's trying to, he's like playing chess in his head. That's how he's thinking. He's a strategic thinker. So he's thinking in his head, this could be this. You know what I mean? But I think at the end of the day, like, Vader knows, that these, they're gonna use that as a weapon. But I think Thrawn's trying to make it seem like they're not really a threat to us, and then I think they both kind of check each other, in a sense. I think I don't know who this race of aliens are, but I guess we're gonna kind of see, if they are, if they have some type of relevance to the story. I'm sure it's gonna reveal itself, in the later comics.
Got it. Did anyone else want to weigh in anymore before we go on? We're good?
I'm about to hop on this train, so I'm gonna go dark for a little bit. All right, fellas?
Okay, yeah, no problem. All right. So going on further, they end up getting into an altercation, right? With the people at the bar, and it is reminiscent to an altercation that happened previously, right? Because you have the flashbacks with Anakin back when he was on that planet, fighting with this alien species, and him and Thrawn were there, and pretty much Thrawn and and Vader get into a bar fight. Now, I feel like if Thrawn, let's say, didn't know that Anakin was Vader, or maybe if he had his suspicions, right? Maybe he wasn't 100% sure, but maybe he thought that was the case. I feel kind of like and this is why I think they keep going back and forth with these flashbacks, because you're kind of taken through Thrawn's memories, and I think at some point he's going to, if he hasn't already, piece together, the correlation between his experience with with Anakin, and then him having this experience with Vader right now. But what about you guys? Did you guys want to weigh in on any of this? The fight.
No, not anything in particular, man.
I got nothing to weigh on this scene.
Okay.
Yeah, not particular. We keep going with that.
All right. I do like this panel. I like this panel right here with I have it up with with Vader and Thrawn, fighting these people at the bar, which is also another reason why I kind of want to see like some of this stuff, either animate in animation or live action, whatever, but some type of
You want to see the bar
visual
fight?
display. Just this whole dynamic, this whole Thrawn Vader thing.
Yeah.
Like, I like this. I like this team up.
It's cool, and a team up, and to speak to that team up, it's cool because you don't actually, you get the bar fight, but you don't see like all out destruction, and it's kind of cool to see them. You kind of just like have a lot of dialogue, and like think things through. So it is like like I said, it's a little funny to see Vader so chill.
Mm-hmm.
And more sarcastic, using his words than just the force chokeouts and everything. So, like I said, it's actually really cool to actually see the dynamic, like you said. But I think that's what's gonna happen throughout this whole book, and we can keep saying that every time because it's just a different. I don't know. It feels real different.
I feel you. All right.
I'll chime into that too. I'll say that I think we're doing a lot of comparing between Thrawn and Vader. But I think in actuality, I think that they complement each other very well. And I think that's what it comes down to. I think, we know Vader's completely aware, like, all right, we've done this before. And, we're fairly certain that Thrawn also knows that too, because he's such a smart person. And I think, again, like, I think they just both have that mutual respect. I think in the end, we're going to see more of them, like, kind of like having like a bro moment. You know what I mean? It's going to be like, Anakin and Rex, or, maybe not that close, but it's just like, I think Thrawn maybe is going to, maybe Anakin and Thrawn had like I haven't read the entirety of this series. So I don't know how it's going to end. But I think that they have, maybe he knows a secret of Anakin's. Maybe he knows about Padme. Who knows? But I'm excited to see what it is that Thrawn knows about Vader.
I think he definitely knows something, bro. Like, for sure. I think he definitely knows, in the very least, that has got to be Anakin. Because doesn't he make a joke also? He says something like, "Oh yeah, that guy's dead. Like he's long been gone." Like something like that to that effect.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
but like it's also like he says it, but like in your mind you're like, "Yo, why would you kind of like allude to that?" You know what I mean? It's just.
I think he's going it along just to kind of stroke Vader's ego. You know what I mean? Because I think Vader does have an ego, and I think that Thrawn knows kind of how to keep him at bay. He's like a master tactician at that. So I think that's more of it. It's nice too to think you've seen Ahsoka. As soon as Thrawn knows it's Ahsoka, he's aware that was Anakin's Padawan. So it's just like it's pretty clear. Like he knows of Anakin Skywalker very well. You know what
Yeah,
I
but
mean?
then, yeah, and then he treated her just like a high level threat because of it. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
oh yeah, like
yeah, because
no, like
his
she's
words
one of
were, it's
those
just like,
ones.
oh, he's an unorthodox Jedi. He thinks
Yep.
outside of the box. I think any other Jedi, he could kind of predict what they're gonna do, but I think Anakin's just that wild card, And I
Yeah.
think, yeah, I think Vader's toned back on the wild card, but I think he pulls that out, when he needs to.
Yeah,
Mm.
I think if anything, you kind of see it in the aspect of how he's. And I mean, I know we like joked about it before, but how he's like running around choking people. But I think that
It's
kind of
running
like
around so
that
he's
kind of
playing.
dolls goes to like I'm doing what I want, like I outside of the authority and things like that. But yeah, man. I think that this is really interesting. This book is really interesting, and I like the fact that they're going back and forth between the timelines and stuff like that because you're kind of like piecing it together with Thrawn. And if he is coming to the realization of wait, Anakin is Vader. I think that this is a good way of storytelling because you're kind of like you when it's clear to him, right? When it's crystal clear to him, then it's going to be crystal clear to the reader too because of the story that's unfolded. And but here's something that was interesting. One of the last panels in the book, right? Because we had talked about before as far as with I guess the respect that Vader has for Thrawn. And you see in one of the flashback sequences, there's an explosion that happens. Anakin is pretty much knocked out or falls down, and he sees right before he blacks out Thrawn over him, pretty much saving his life. And that may tie in to some of the respect or just the relationship that or appreciation that he may have for Thrawn down the line, which maybe why he hasn't choked Thrawn out yet. But
And
did
that could
you?
also be a reason why, or it could be
Mhm.
another reason why he doesn't want to let Thrawn know that that's him too, to seem vulnerable. Even though
Mm.
there's this, even though with Vader, there's like there, and when okay, so before me getting into Star Wars and understanding that they're the same people with different characters, if that makes sense, right?
Mhm.
So, I get the fact that how in Vader's mind, Anakin's that person's gone. This is a new. He's taking on this whole new mantra. This is who he is now, right? So he's like two different lives, kind of, right?
Mhm.
So it's funny because with Thrawn, it's like when you just bring up that last part, a part of me also doesn't want him to seem. If he's now Vader, he doesn't want to seem vulnerable to Thrawn anyway, because he's like
Yo, prop.
I am.
I mean, book. Hold on. Let me just interrupt you real quick. I see prop. There's a request going on, but I can't. I don't think prop is up.
Well, what is
I'm
Gregory
trying to
doing?
bring him up. Hmm.
Well, what is Gregory doing?
I, I don't know. The issue
He
is
isn't taking
the request is there, but it's not a thing for his name. Like he's still registered as a co-host. Maybe hold on. Let me try and see if I can take him.
I haven't heard Prop in a minute, and I know he's got hot
Yeah,
takes.
yeah. I'm trying to. Prop. Do me a favor. Try and leave the space, and then just come back and see if that helps. Like leave the entire space and try that.
Yeah,
But what
what
were you
you?
saying, Book? My bad.
No. I was just saying, like, yeah, like there's if we know Vader, he doesn't want any vulnerability to anything to show that he's vulnerable at all. So him being saved by Thrawn at the end, now I'm revealing to you I'm the same guy that you had to you had to save. I don't know if he's like past that point. I don't know if he wants to, you know, bring that back up and have that vulnerability show. So like I said, there's a lot of dynamics there that between them that are good because Thrawn's gonna do. He did what was right, right? So for me, it's
Mhm.
just like knowing Vader. He doesn't want that. He doesn't want that out there. You know what I mean? Like let that be dead and gone. And there's another part of me that laughs because I'm like, you're going through these steps with the guy, the same guy that you did the same things with before, right? And you're just you. Vader's supposed to be the one that knows, and Thrawn's not, right? But it's just weird when you look at it. It's like, yo, like he really thinks he has a one up on him, and it's just like, I wonder if this guy knows the whole time, like you said. So that's always like the common theme that I'm getting there, which is always it's actually cool as hell to kind of like play with that those type of things at play. So I'm interested to see like what does Thrawn know as they're moving through. Like if I can replay this story and then actually know if Thrawn knew the whole time, this changes the whole dynamic of what was going on
Hmm.
to the reader at this point and what we
Yeah.
know. So
And
it's
what I will say that's interesting too is during this time period, right? We kind of like we automatically by default, right, look at as Vader as being the like the baddest one, right? Like like oh, it's Vader, right? And having this dynamic with Thrawn, and especially kind of like with his backstory, right? Like if this backstory ends up turning out where like Thrawn was pretty much carrying Anakin this whole time, like son and Anakin, um, yo, that's gonna be different. It's going to kind of like alter the way you look at Vader during this time in comparison to Thrawn.
exactly like you
Um,
have to go back and
yeah,
replay this whole story with Thrawn actually being the one, like how we say, in charge the whole time because he knew Vader's thinking he has a one up. I'm not Anakin, and he knows the whole time. Like you're the same guy. Say, relax. You're not like you know what I mean. Like you got to replay the whole story and then put Thrawn in the position of like leadership, like a more. I don't know how to say it, but it's weird. I don't even want to kind of
yo, yo, real quick,
imagine it without it
real,
happening.
real quick. I just want to say I just saw Tasha pop into the audience. Yo, Tasha, this was your night. This was your night to
Mm.
shine. Where were you at, Tasha? Big shout out to Tasha. Appreciate you. But yeah, yo, we've been on. Yo. I gotta say this, yo. I feel Prop is the new Star Wars connoisseur, man. Prop was. yo,
Oh,
yo,
you're the
Prop was the one that was dropping all the Star Wars knowledge. Prop is the new Star Wars connoisseur, man.
yeah. Now you messing with her. That's crazy. Now you know you saying all the right things to get her mad.
Yeah, nah. I'd be the Star Wars correspondent, live, live on the ground type stuff. So, yeah, I got it from here. I got it from here, Tosh. Don't worry.
There you
We
go.
good.
There you go.
We good.
There you go. Oh man. All right. So I mean, so that pretty much wraps up the book, and we'll go into the reviews. Once again, we don't have to go anywhere. We're gonna stay right here to do that. But we will be doing a giveaway, so make sure that you have both reposted the live stream and the X space, both of them. And you have to be here because when we call your name, we got to see your PFP. Yeah, I mean, I guess without further ado, we can go into the reviews. So, just breaking that down for everyone for what that means. Our review system pretty much starts in the middle, and just to give a little bit more range, so that way we can have more space as far as how we want to review these books. So in the middle, number 5, that means that the book is mid. It you don't hate it, you don't love it. It is what it is. Going up from there, 6 means it's above average. 7 means we rock with it. 8 means we rock with it heavy. 9 means it's lit. And 10 means this is immaculate. This is a gift from the heavens. Chef's kiss. Perfection. Going down from 5, 4 means we're not really feeling it. 3 means the book is kind of ass. 2 means it is basura, straight trash. And 1 means we are warning you not to read this book. Like there's disclaimers, caution tape, everything. Do not read this book. This will cause you harm and detriment. So that is the scoring system that we're running by. And we'll go to each of the co-hosts along with myself, and we'll break down as far as what we thought, our whole review of it, and finalize with the score, and we'll take an average of all the scores. Who wants to kick things off?
I guess I'll do it as I always do every week. Yeah. So basically, I actually enjoyed this book a lot. I'm not gonna lie. Um, it got me back into the whole Star Wars thing. Shit, it got me wanting to watch a show or two tonight or something, just to get that feeling again. But yeah, it was it's got me looking forward to actually watching, well, reading more of the same series to see what's going on in the future with this. I mean, maybe we review it a little bit later on this show, but yeah, I can't complain. I would like to have seen more action. The bar fight's cool, but I think it was more like they were going for like more like of a softer, like joking and like a strategic setup type of thing going on here to lead to a greater theme in the book. But for the most part, like I said, I have nothing bad to actually say about the book at all. So, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and give it a 7. I'm going to go 7 because I
7.
think
So
I think
you
it's going
rock
to get
with
better.
it.
I think it's going to get better. Yeah, I think
You
it's going
you
to get
rock with
better.
it.
So
Okay.
I want to leave room for that. I think it's a
Okay.
7.
All right. Cool. 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 All right. Who wants to go next? We typically have the guest go last. So Prop Bug. Do you guys any of you guys want to go next?
Go ahead, Bob.
You want me to go?
It's
Yeah,
up
yeah, I'm
to
sorry.
whoever wants to go.
All right.
It's up to you.
Yeah, if you're giving this to me, I'll go. If you want
All right.
to, yeah. That was crazy. Chill out. Just calm down. Relax. But yeah, it was a nice return to Star Wars for me. Because I haven't read a Star Wars comic. And just because it's a nice return to a Star Wars story, Star Wars content, and into getting into a Star Wars comic does not mean that it was great. Does it mean that it was good? Maybe. Now, Granddaddy Admiral Commandant Thrawn, whatever his name is, Blue Man,
He called him
ah,
granddaddy.
yeah, Granddaddy Admiral Thrawn, whatever. Let me see that Thon, the Thon, Thon, whatever his name is. Blue Man. I've heard of him before. There was some things
Remember
going
this
on.
is this is the new Star Wars connoisseur. This is the new authority when it comes to all things Star Wars.
Yeah, so I
Cosign.
get Star Wars people just like X-Men people could because I'm X-Men people.
Mm-hmm.
We are very lenient when it comes to these things, and just there was a familiarity that I appreciated that I what's the word that I can use that I uh took advantage of in reading this, but I didn't let it get too much in the way of how I'm judging this book. The fan service maybe a little bit. There was a tiny bit of that. Some things that the it it's a trap, you know, kind of language that was being thrown around and whatever. And uh, I think that just overall the book for me, like it was hard for me to follow at points. I'm just waiting for something to happen, waiting for something to happen. I got spoiled, like we read a couple of books. I get spoiled. Like it's something happens, somebody starts saying something. It's like, oh well, I'm I'm locked into that. That's interesting. The thing about Star Wars compared to other books I read, and remember, I'm the comic book noob. Like I don't read a lot of comics, um, so it's like there's not much that there's not much in a Star Wars book that you can relate to real life the way that a Marvel, story can, or like an X-Men story or a Avengers story, because they're using things that have happened in real life that you can relate to and be like, oh, that's really interesting. So
Like
you kind
social
of
issues and things like that, especially with X Men.
right, like social issues
Yeah.
or the government. It's like, oh, like the government in the X-Men universe or Avengers universe, I would say more specifically is like our government. You know what I mean? So the Star
Yo,
Wars
Tasha's giving you
government.
mad thumbs down. She giving you mad.
Now look, I'm not. It's not all bad. I'm just saying, like the Star Wars government is like it's a fantasy government, right? It's fantasy. So I'm a tough critic of fantasy. So when Star Wars stays true to the space western stuff,
I like that. It's a success. But once they start going off and trying to have like these these fantasy things and a whole bunch of different aliens and politics, it's like, and remember, like that's where a lot of people went
But they
sideways on
had a
George
bar
Lucas.
fight. They had
You
a
know what I
bar
mean?
fight. What do you
I
mean that
know.
was
I'm getting
worse than
there. I'm getting there. I'm getting
that was
there.
worse
I'm
than
getting there. Right. Those were the good. I'm getting to the good thing. I'm just saying, like, there's just a lot of things in Star Wars, like these fringe stories like this that can sometimes get away from what I appreciate. But like I said, like it's not all bad. Like there are good things. There are things that I liked about the book. I liked the scenes. I liked some of the interactions because they were familiar. And overall, the story is it's like one of those Star Wars stories where it's like, hey, like you're a Star Wars fan, right? We're getting ready to serve you up the same type of ice cream, just different flavors. Like this, we're giving you the soft serve, but this time it's got praline instead of almonds. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, we're on a ship, a thing happens somewhere, we're going there, we hopping off, and Vader and Thrawn are in charge of getting together. And obviously, we're gonna bump heads a little bit, but then we're gonna come together and find out something interesting. Like it's just and then y'all are gonna hit me with the, oh, it's the first series, it's the setup to the other stuff, so of course it got to be a little cookie cutter. I'm just spoiled with other books that didn't have to do that to make it interesting, to make it familiar, blah blah blah. So to me, I thought the book was, it was just making good. And I did like to me, it's all about the ending. Like you can have like a mediocre book, but the ending has to at least be interesting, because that's the thing that you guys sometimes point out is like, oh, is it going to be good? Is there something to look forward to? And to me, that means that you have to have something good that happens in the book, which means it probably has to have a good ending. And I think that the ending was interesting enough to keep me, to say that the book was good enough and maybe look forward to the next installment. I think that the way that Vader was drawn in the book was like a little strange to me, and but I don't mind that he
It was
took a
pretty
bit of a
blocky. It
back.
was pretty blocky,
It's kind of
right?
right. It's kind of
Yeah.
blocky.
it was.
But I do like that Vader wasn't like the main character, or they didn't make him OP. Like I kind of like that too, and
Hmm.
I do like Son and I like some of the flashback stuff. I did like some of the elements of the book. I can't say I rock with it. What is a six? What is a six
Six
again?
is above average. Above average.
It's above. I don't even know. I don't even know if it's
Or
above
you could say
average.
mid. Or five is mid. Five is
Yeah, I
mid.
think it's mid. I think it's mid.
Okay.
I don't think it's above average. It's not above average.
He's searching. That is.
It's not above average. It's mid. It's,
No,
it's mid.
no.
It's
We're gonna
mid.
have to make this a reaction.
It's five. It's five. It's a five for
Long-winded
me.
to end up. I feel
You
like
gotta.
you
No,
went
you
all
gotta
the
have
way
an
up.
explanation.
You went real high and then you went real low and then you went real
No, no,
high.
no.
Actually,
And
no.
then
He
you said, actually.
he went high.
Yo.
He came back low
Yo.
and went even
You
lower.
started
That's
like you were gonna give it an eight,
Yeah.
and then you ended like you were gonna give
I
it a
feel like he
four.
went down while he
I
was
was
talking about it. I feel like
I
as
was
he talked more
nowhere.
about it, it just
I
made him
was
go down in score.
I was always gonna give it a six, but then I talked myself out of a six into a mid. So like, let's just go.
Yo.
I think it was
And
mid, but mid is. I
what
think
made it good. Okay.
mid to me is good. Rock with it is like, oh, like this book appealed to me, for me. Like, it might not have been that stellar, but it appealed to me. Seven is, what is a seven?
seven is rock with it. Seven is rock
My,
with
my,
it. Eight
my,
is
my,
rock
my,
with it heavy.
wait, what is six?
Six is above average.
Oh, it's right. Six above average. Seven is like it appealed to me as a person who, like this kind of content appealed to me in more ways than one, but it wasn't great. And then the eight is like, okay, like y'all did something, y'all achieved something. Nine is, and then so on and so forth. Like that's how I
But
feel
that's
about
why I
the
didn't go to
ranking.
the extent of an eight, but I
Right.
feel like a seven is appropriate for
But
me
it appealed to
because
you.
it sets
It
up. It
appealed to someone
sets
like
up.
you.
No,
Okay.
no, no. Damn, that sounds mad disrespectful, but it's all
Nah.
right. It's okay. What do you mean by that? What do you...
Nah, it appealed to you. It appealed
But
to
it's
you.
all
Like
good.
it's not above. It's above.
I don't have the proper a taste for it to be a five. No, I'm just telling you, like, nah, for real, like, it was good entertainment because overall, like you said,
Oh, okay.
Western, bro, they had a bar fight.
Now they
They
did,
threw
and
some.
like that was a great panel. Like I like that one of the last panels is when they're ordering the drink from the brute thing. I forgot the name of the creature,
Okay,
but
so
like
what about the fact that Thrawn is literally like, okay, like you say, he may not be Vader may not be the main character, but Thrawn may be. Maybe it's from his perspective
Well,
because
it is
we have
called Thrawn's Alliances, so I mean,
it is,
he's
it
in the
is.
title.
It is.
exactly.
It's just look. The book is just to me is a bit boring. Like just like the Star Wars stuff alone doesn't make it cool. And I think that like a book like to me like every book starts out being a two, and you have to work your way up into being mid. Like that's just like because
Dang,
these
yo,
are
two
to
is
me
trash, bro. So
to
every
me,
book starts
yeah,
out
like
as
to
trash.
me, like bro, like I'm a real critic. Like everything starts out to me as trash, and it has to work its way up. Like
Hmm.
if you are not an established artist, like literally a artist in media and content established, like a Scorsese or a Tarantino, like if you are a Paul Thomas Anderson, if you are not on like that level, you don't immediately get like those artists. We start out at a 10 and work our way down. Like okay, like
I think
you
you can
make
literally
work. It
say
starts out
in
at
your
10, and then we deduct points as we go along. But like stuff like this starts in the negative, and you work your way up to being, oh, I'm impressed. I didn't expect this from you.
no,
That's the way I look at it.
that's polarity. Like so,
Yeah.
for me, I tend to give everybody's creation a 10 in my mind, right?
Mm,
I'll start you off at a 10 because
okay.
I don't know what I'm getting into, right? So, but since you created it, it took creativity. So I don't want to devalue your work before I even get into it. So that's just my mindset with it. I see that you're the opposite end of the
Well,
spectrum, which I
well,
think both needs to come to the middle at any way you decide to review it. But yeah, because I'm starting you at a 10, and then as I'm reading, I'm sliding down like, and you're going like, you suck. Prove to me you're good. You know, and then you're
yeah,
bringing
yeah,
the scale up. You know what I mean? It's still the same. We still work to get to the same
yeah,
point. But yeah, we gotta,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
we gotta
Oh man,
to
oh
that
That
point.
was
man,
wild.
yo.
Yeah, I'm
But
just
I,
saying that's how he's seeing it.
yo, I do want to say too. I do want to say too for everyone in the audience, everyone in the chat, everyone on the stream. Yo, like this is an open community review. So once
100%.
again, we do put these books out like early in advance what we're gonna be reviewing. So anyone can read the book and come on stage, and your score will actually weigh in on this as well. So if you don't like some of the score, because I see Tasha with a lot of thumbs
Tell
down.
me
So
why I'm wrong. Tell
if
me
you
why
don't
I'm
like
wrong.
some of the scores, you can just you can read the book too, and then jump on stage and tell us your review, and your number will be added in because it's an overall average. It's an overall
Absolutely.
average of everyone that that read the book. So yeah, definitely feel free to utilize that. But let me. Okay, so you got the five prop, and then X. Are you ready?
Yes, sir. I'm ready.
All right, the floor is yours, bro. Oh wait, hold on.
With
Hold on.
with a lightsaber.
Yeah.
Hold on. Yo.
Look at the
Hold on.
panel. Look at the panel.
Yo,
He just hit him like
X. I lost you. I lost you real quick. You're gonna have to bring that back from the beginning.
copy. I just said in the
All right.
last panel, um, you could see Vader pistol whipping somebody with his lightsaber. He doesn't
Oh
even
snap!
pop
Hold
out.
on. I
Like,
gotta go to that.
yeah, pull it up.
Wait,
It's a
which
few
which one you
slides
talking
before.
about?
It's a
I've
few
seen it
slides
in
before the last one.
Oh, yo, the bar, yo, that was the scene that I said I like. Yo, he did. Yo, he hit him with. He didn't even put the slaber out. He just. Yo, you're right. He did.
Yeah.
Didn't
Yeah,
need to.
Mans was chilling the whole book. But I think, look, I will say this book definitely the pacing. I had to adjust myself when I was reading it. So I do agree with Prop in the sense where the pacing is it's a little toned down, and I know that this was Enforcer. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this was a graphic novel first, or was it
Yep.
a
It
book
was.
first?
It's a book. It's actually a book first.
Oh, okay, and then it got
Yeah.
Like an
turned
Then
into
it
actual,
a
got
like a
comic.
novel, like an
then it
actual book, and they turned it
then
into
it
the
yeah, they
comic.
turned a novel into a comic.
Mm.
Got you. So I kind of felt a little bit of that pacing in the initial start of it. But when it starts to ramp up, that's when I was like, damn, at the end it was like, okay, I have to read the second book. I can't even like sleep on this at all. So I feel like that gives a lot of credit to the book. And if you like these characters, to see them in this format is very different. And it's almost like why I kind of critique the shows and the movies so hard, because the book and comics go so crazy that it's like, not how are you not able to translate something like this? So I feel like this already had a really good start to it, and I enjoyed it a lot. I put myself in a lot of the scenarios, whether I was like a stormtrooper or I was that worker that's in between Darth Vader and Thrawn, while they're kind of going back and forth with each other. So I say all that to say that I think this book is an 8,
Okay.
and I rock with it heavy, and I'm excited to keep going and seeing where this goes, because I think this book has a lot to offer, and it's a big one.
Okay. Okay. Let me say what's up. We got our our Star Wars aficionado in the building, Tosh in the building. I don't know where you've been at all night, but appreciate you coming through now. Tosh, how are you doing? What's up?
I literally just got off work. Okay, sorry. I
Feel
told
you.
you
I feel
I'm
you. I
like,
feel you.
it's hard for me to come because I'm always working.
I feel you. I feel you.
Whoa.
Pause.
You fucking
So,
Tosh, what's up?
what's up? What's up? Um, so I've read the novels. I haven't read the comic, so I'm not sure exactly what all is in the comic compared to all the books. But Thrawn's been around for a long time, and if you know Thrawn's character, the book pacing is done kind of purposely to balance his personality, because he's a very like slow, patient, planning person, and that's definitely the vibe I got from the books.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that's probably the pacing that knocked down a few points for the other professional what Star Wars review prop here, whatever you fuck you guys call them. Whatever the title is.
Star Wars connoisseur,
Yeah,
expert
that's
on all
it.
things Star Wars.
That's it. That's it. No, I'm sad though that I missed most of this space. Now,
Nah, it's cool.
damn it.
It's cool. It's cool. I mean, we're still talking about it. We're still talking about. Did you repost the space and the live stream? You know, we got a giveaway tonight, right?
Yeah, I don't like to participate in giveaways because I like to see other people win. So, let's go.
Okay.
But yeah, I definitely suggest reading the books more. I'm not sure about the comics.
I don't know. So like for me,
The
everyone
books
else
are
went, right? Yeah,
so
we
good.
just got Enforcer left. Okay, so for me,
Hmm.
I mean, the pacing of this was slow, but
Mhm.
that doesn't necessarily mean a bad thing, right? Because
Wait,
you have a
here's
lot
a
of
question I have for you, actually,
huh?
Emoji. Since
What?
you're the one talking about this, you know Thrawn from Clone
I
Wars
didn't give
and
my review
Rebels.
score yet. I'm about to do it right now. We got okay.
Oh
So
my
far
god.
we got Boog with the 7, Prop with the 5, RXH with an 8. I still have to give my score, and the Enforcer's gonna give his score.
Yeah, and we didn't think Thrawn was bad. Like we all agreed that even in Ahsoka, like he was dope. Like
Okay,
we all agreed to his
now that
character.
you mention Ahsoka, you guys do realize that even in Ahsoka, he did mention to Ahsoka about her teacher, which was Anakin. So he's known this whole time
Yeah.
that Vader
I
is
mentioned it
Anakin.
to them. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we said. This is what has to be going on because he even makes a joke in his book, like, "Oh yeah, the
But I
Anakin
don't
got
know. I don't know if
So
this takes place before Ahsoka.
okay,
oh
No,
yeah,
it
this
It
wouldn't
is
take
does.
place
It
before
this
does.
Ahsoka.
is
It would take place
this
before
is bef-
Ahsoka.
this is
before."
before Ahsoka, but I will tell you. So, Thrawn actually did a mission once with Anakin before Anakin turned to Vader. So
That's
like,
what's in the
That's what
comic.
this comic is.
yeah,
That's
so
what
Yeah,
they
this
yo,
comic
they
is.
Tasha,
met.
look at the live stream. Look at the live stream at the top.
I can't open the live stream at the same time as being in the space.
Yes, you
My
can. Just
my
click it.
phone My phone ain't that advanced, dude.
Just click it.
Um, dude, my phone's already overheating just being in the space alone.
Oh
I'm
damn,
not.
yo, you
I'm
need you
not.
need to upgrade, Tosh.
Yo,
You need to upgrade.
yeah. Um. So like Thrawn and Thrawn and Anakin obviously did their mission together, and then later on, Thrawn worked under Vader for a lot, and they had a mission together. I can't remember if it was after Thrawn failed the Avalon mission or something, but
But yeah, that's what this comic was about. They're doing a mission together, but they're kind of like going back and reflecting on the time that they spent as Anakin and Thrawn. So it's like
yeah.
it's
So
flashing
so this
back
is
and
after
back and
the
forth.
okay, yeah. So this is after Thrawn tells him that he knows. Like, yeah. So we
Yeah.
know.
So but we don't know yet from the story. Like from the story, we don't know if he knows or not.
Okay. Yeah.
Like just from what we
Spoiler
read.
alert.
Stop spoiling stuff, Tasha. All right, so look, so yes, okay, so all right, I'm gonna jump to my review. I think, one, yes, the pacing was a bit slow, but also too, bearing in mind that this is adapted from a novel, this is a whole complete thing. So you're kind of gonna read it all together, and I see what they're doing, right? Like the back and forth, like because there's a lot of things from just this one issue doesn't you don't understand what's happening. The whole thing with Padme and her friend that died, you don't understand what's happening, and that's obviously going to be revealed later in the story. So you have to kind of like take that into effect. Another thing too is when it comes to Thrawn, I feel that this character, reading this book, you get more excited off of this reaction between Thrawn and Vader by knowing about Thrawn. Like if it's kind of like and I love doing Dragon Ball Z comparisons, but it's kind of like getting you're not gonna get excited about a fusion of like Gogeta or Vegito if you don't even know who Goku and Vegeta are, right? And I feel like yes, everyone knows who Vader is, but because Thrawn is more of those characters, it's not not from the main movies and stuff like that, from from the Rebel series and the Ahsoka series. If you missed out on that, specifically the Rebel series, you might not get the same impact of these two characters meeting. And even with this bar fight that they have together, you're probably not going to get the same impact of them fighting together if you don't have that kind of like awareness of Thrawn or backstory of Thrawn. I do want to say that although the pacing, may have been a little bit slower to me. I honestly, this may sound crazy. Yo, someone's mic on? Yo, extra, your mic is on. All right. So like, yes, although the pacing may have been slower to me, in all honesty, this may sound crazy. I did kind of doze off while I was reading it. But that doesn't necessarily mean a bit. Yo, that does. Yo.
Keep it going.
Yo,
Keep it going.
yo, that doesn't. Hold on. That doesn't necessarily mean a bad thing, right? Like I can read through the rest of it, think it's amazing, and go back and then pick up on like this is one of those stories that I feel like if the payoff is really good down the line, I'm gonna go back and read this again, and these little things that kind of went over my head, I'm gonna be like, oh, that was crazy. Oh, that was crazy. Or that, maybe overall this is masterful storytelling. Maybe this is a masterpiece. But we have to kind of like grade it in a vacuum, right? Because we're only grading this issue by issue. So, with that said, what I would say for this, I do like the Vader and Thrawn dynamic. I think that this is something that I didn't even expect that I would like as much, but I do. It wasn't something that I like imagined, but yeah, it's a dope dynamic. Two of probably like the hardest characters in Star Wars when it comes on the villainy side of things, and it was interesting. I thought they brought an interesting dynamic to Vader with his whole like naivete when it comes to the underground and the criminal world. But there was a lot of stuff that I just flew over my head that I'm just like, what? Like what's going on? What's happening? I guess I'll find out later. So for me, I'd say I would give this. Uh,
Sick.
um, I I would say that I do. I really want to read the rest of this. I'm actually gonna buy. I think are they all done? If they're all done, I'm gonna buy all of the rest of them.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy
Oh,
all the rest of them, and I'm gonna read through all of this. So that to me gives it above a mid, right? Because like if it's a mid, that to me that's like that means that I'm not gonna stick with it.
Seven.
Um, what I would say is now I'm kind of torn between is it above average or do I rock with it? Is it above average or do I rock with it? It's gonna
What
be
makes
either
it
a
above
six or a seven for
average?
me.
What makes it
I
above
think
average? Does it
I think
is it
wait,
is it above average like
It's above.
compared to books, or is it above average for what you like?
I would say that for me it's if I want to continue reading it, if it's enough to get me to be
yep,
like, all right, I want to pick up the next issue, I'm gonna give it more than mid, because if it's mid,
Hmm.
I'm
yep.
probably I'm probably not gonna I'm probably not
I
gonna
agree.
continue it.
I
Yeah.
agree. I
So
agree.
so if it's enough for me to say like I want to see what happens next, and actually like open up the wallet and spend money and buy the other issues, then I'd say for me it has to be above a mid. But the issue for me is kind of like, do I put it in the above average realm or do I put it in the I rock with it realm? And
Right.
off of this one alone, because of the fact that I did kind of doze off and
That's crazy.
I'm gonna give it a six. I'm gonna give it a six. I'm gonna say it's above
Hmm.
average. I do want to see what happens. Now, like I said, a lot of this stuff, I realize a lot of this stuff is set up. A lot of this stuff is building on a bigger story, and you're
Hmm.
probably meant to kind of like ingest this as an entire thing, right? So the way that it's setting up, actually, I am really hyped for. And I think if they execute it well, and if the story ends up playing out, well, this might this might be one of my top books of like as far as overall story, the whole picture. But like I said, I gotta grade it in a vacuum. Gotta grade it off of what I have right now, just with this. And for me, I would say that it's above average. So I give it a six.
I like it.
All right. So that leaves our final reviewer for the night, our special guest for the night, Enforcer. Um, you want to give a breakdown on on what your thoughts were, and then wrap and also finalize that with your overall review score.
Yeah, it's a six. You know what I mean?
you got you gotta let him go.
You got it. You got it. You know,
All right, let's see. Let's
let's
see.
say you got some hot takes, man. But I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if you're the Star Wars connoisseur. I think Emoji got you there because he's at least. Remember, I was telling you the breakdown of what you consumed as far as Star Wars. I think Emoji's got you on some of the knowledge because he's seen Rebels, he's seen Clone Wars, and
Mm,
I
mm,
I could see why you graded it this way. You know, if you haven't seen those things, I feel like you kind of go in not being able to.
It's not gonna hit the same. It's not gonna hit the
It's
same.
exactly, exactly.
mm.
Tasha's loving this shit this already.
Uh,
I think just know Tasha's loving this
yeah.
this
Star
shit right
Wars
now.
apologist team has arrived, has entered the chat.
I don't know. This book for me, I really enjoyed it. I think that it's nice to see kind of like again and almost an equal to Vader. You know what I mean? And seeing them
Yeah,
kind of like go through this like unlikely adventure. It's just like remember Vader hates. You know what I mean? Having to relive anything from his past. Because he's as far as he's concerned, we all know Anakin's dead. So it's just like for him, this is like opening a wound. He's seeing this planet where he was looking for his wife that's dead. You know what I mean? Like, of course he's gonna want to be as short and like want to just get to the point. You know, like he's just gonna want to just get to the point so he could be done with this. You know, and I think it's
mm,
Thrawn's chance to kind of show Vader. It's just like
hey, you know, like I know who you are. I know who you are, and like you kind of don't need to, put up this facade almost. Um, I don't know. I really enjoyed the book. I'm surprised I didn't read it quicker because of how much money I spent just like getting all these damn covers. Once I finished the first book, I think you guys all pointed out something that it's just like I think it's just meant to be consumed all at once. And once I read the first one, I got halfway through the second one, and I was on my break at work, and that's the only reason why I stopped reading it. Um, I don't know. Another thing that X mentioned is just like it does pain me that we get content like this, in comic, like in the comics, the EU in general has always been able to produce really good content for Star Wars, add a lot of good lore. And I think that it disappoints me that they're not able to do that a lot of the times, when we get something on the big screen or when we get something show wise. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed Ahsoka a lot. I enjoyed Bad Batch a lot. I didn't really particularly care for Acolyte. There was one episode that was good, and the rest was trash.
Acolyte was
You know,
trash, bro. I fell asleep in
straight
the first
trash.
episode.
Yeah,
Bro, yeah,
it's
I'm
hard.
keeping it real. The Star Wars fan, my enforcer, the Star Wars fans, y'all be picky as hell, bro. Like some things, that's why I said like me and
Nah, yo,
X are
Star
like
Wars be hit or miss, bro. Star Wars be hit
I
or
know,
miss.
Super B.
bro. But like for me, it's like if you're indulged into this world, if you want to indulge into this world, if this is what you love, right? Everything isn't gonna be a Barry Bonds home run. Like everything ain't gonna be out the park crazy. And
E.
sometimes I would rather just live in the world a little bit and like, okay, don't give me straight trash, right? But I'm gonna put it like
That's
this:
why we have fives and
Yo,
sixes.
but some stuff is insulting.
Everything,
That's the thing.
right?
Some stuff is
Everything isn't
right,
insulting.
everything isn't great, but
right?
that's why we have fives and sixes to hand out. You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
No,
That's
no,
why that's why we got inventory for fives and
and
sixes.
that's
Yeah.
fine. But I'm just saying, like, me and X always say, would you have rather the content or nothing at all? And that's where we got to start looking at some of the stuff. Like, I'm not saying you can't grade it, but would you have had the show? Would you have rather get a snippet back into that world that you love and live there for another moment in time, or not have it at all and still just try to
I'd
harken up
rather
to
I,
Can
old
I
I'd
shit?
can I
rather I'd rather
can I
not
answer
have it at
that?
all. I'd
Yep.
rather not
E.
not have Dragon Ball
Sometimes give me the
Evolution.
Because
con-
Oh my
sometimes
bad,
give
my
me the
bad, my bad.
content. Like that's how I feel. Sometimes give me the content. Like all these X-Men's and stuff. Sometimes it's just dope seeing that character or seeing that thing play out and be able to go back to your own memories. Like yo, that other one was better, but it brought me back to that moment because this whack ass show that we got here. But you know what I
but
mean? But
Yo,
it's
yo,
content. Like
yo, what's up,
Yeah,
Tosh?
go
What's
ahead,
up, Tosh?
Tasha.
What's up,
Yeah.
Tosh?
okay, can I answer that? So, I'm kind of with emoji. Like, I don't want it. And the reason why is because, dude, do you know how much content, how many novels and comics and all of this legends that we have in Star Wars? There's
Preach.
so much story out there, content that they can easily pull a book and
Mm-hmm.
make a movie or a show off of they don't even have to fucking write. It's already written. They just have to bring it to life, and that's what us fans want because we love these stories, and there's so many good fucking things like Darth Revan, like
Mm-hmm.
Darth Bane. Like
what's
there's
stopping them,
so
Tasha? What do you
Yes.
think is
so
stopping them? Answer the question. What is stopping them? If
Kathleen
these stories
Kennedy.
are
no
so great,
Kathleen
Cat.
Kennedy.
why would
Kathy.
they not bring those to life?
That's what yeah, Kathleen is a big part of that because she's trying to do this whole other fucking thing. But they're just, I don't know what exactly is stopping them besides the fact that they want to try to create new shit from old. Like they're trying to expand, but it's like the expansion that they're doing isn't working. Like the sequels, the idea, the concept was kind of there, but they fucked it up so much by bringing Palpatine back to life
Yep.
and like trying to do like it was changing the story of like the original legends and just mixing it up to the point where now they can't even fix it because they've already mixed it up
Well,
too much.
Tosh, that's the story for everything. You go to X-Men, everything. It's written one way. When it gets to the big screen or show, it's changed.
Yo, but
That
X
is
Men was
Yeah,
a
wrong.
hot,
and
but X Men
I
was
and I
a
get
hot
that.
mess. X Men
For
is like a hot.
entertainment. So the way you read something,
It's
the way you read
because
something always doesn't translate to the movie, and that's why they put those
no,
weird
no,
changes in.
I
I
don't
get
think
that.
it's
Nah,
nah, it's not
No,
that.
see, that's
Nah,
why they're changing it.
I'm gonna chime in on this one. So the reason is because there's a lot of hands in the project. There's a lot of minds that end up having to say, well, we have to make this person happy, and then we have to do
Mhm.
this, and then a lot of the times too is whoever's most of the time the director or the producer that's behind this project, they kind of take it as their own and they want to put their own artistic
Mhm.
spin on it, or they want to put their own imprint on the source. So a lot of the times it just becomes a personal thing, whereas as fans we're like, yo, like, it's right here, like,
Mhm.
just one to one, that's all we want, but
I
it gets too
understand that from
convoluted.
that perspective, but what about okay? We look at Marvel, right, and how they
Like
change a lot of
a
their content to
perfect
suit.
example of it, to give you
Hmm.
a exact example, is Baby Yoda was not supposed to go past the first season,
mm-hmm.
Got you.
but because it was
It
so
wasn't.
popular and they knew that they can make money off of it,
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
extended it and now wrote the show around this character to sell toys and merchandise.
It's why
Yeah.
season three suffered so much, because season two was beautiful. They could have ended it right there, and that would have been
But that is
fantastic.
the. I understand, and this is why I'm not laughing at you guys, but I laugh because I understand your point. But my point is always like we understand like what's gonna happen, and this is why I said everything is like this. Like it's not just Star Wars. It's and I can't keep saying it. It's X Men. It's
Here,
didn't X
E,
Men.
E,
Boogie.
let
Yo,
me
X
let me
Men was
give
a
you
hot
one.
mess,
Let me,
bro. X Men was a
Bro,
hot
X Men
mess.
was horrible,
Boogie.
bro.
Let me.
It was a it
Which
got
But
which
let me
X
give
Men?
you one rebuttal though. Let
The
me
the
give you one
movies, the
rebuttal.
20th Century
Oh,
Fox for yeah, 20th
oh, okay,
Century
I
Fox.
see, I see.
they did
And my
horribly.
See,
Yeah, but
Boogie.
E,
Here's the thing.
let me rebuttal this with just one thing. With just one thing. See, the thing with Star Wars is there's one continuity, and then with Marvel, the thing is they could reboot it as many times as they want because in the comics there's so many offshoot universes. Now we got the multiverse. That's a way for them to correct mistakes that
Oh,
they've
but
made
that sucks, bro.
cinematically.
That kills me too, bro.
At
That
Star Wars, unfortunately, we don't really have that. So it's
I
just like
mean, I
when
think
they
they're gonna
change
play
the
with the world
continuity,
between
They
worlds.
gotta work with it.
I think
Well,
they
no, I
think
mean Star Wars.
are
They do
100%
have
right.
things that they just like ruled out of canon, right? They have things that are just like, all right, that's
Well,
no longer canon
old,
anymore.
old
Yeah.
things, but it's all extended. You know what I mean? Like the thing is we're talking about movies. Like the thing that
Mhm.
actually makes it to the screen. It's kind of hard to retcon that because it's
Yeah.
such a big franchise. You
Oh
got
my
so many
god.
people consuming it, and not to say that X Men is not. X Men is a ginormous franchise. But look
Here,
at where we're at. Cinematically with X Men, it's just like we've gone through how many different iterations.
Yeah.
But they can't
Nah.
change. They can't do the same changes that they've done with that to Star Wars.
but
Not for you.
also
Well,
Boogie.
well,
Here.
what were you gonna say, Tosh?
Okay, so Boogie. So with Star Wars, after George Lucas gave Star Wars away, we had a great team, Filoni and Favreau, like behind creating, like passionate, like they were wanting to bring legends alive. They had ideas and they were willing. They're fans. They understood what we wanted and they brought stuff together. They're bringing all these shows together. They did the Clone Wars, Rebels, Ahsoka, you know, and it's
Hmm.
all the good content. Now the thing is, it's kind of going up in the air because, especially with the sequels, each of those movies had a different director back to back. So like they had they started with an original plan when the movies came out to have the whole trilogy, but because they had to switch directors for the second one, that director came in and was like, I'm gonna rewrite this completely how I want to. And that was kind of a downfall where it's like you're getting all these
Yep.
people coming into the franchise
Oh yeah,
and
with
wanting
Ryan
to put
Johnson.
their own, yeah, they wanted to put their own thing onto it when when everybody that was around were passionate or were wanting to bring these stories alive. So I think that's where the biggest problem is right now with Star Wars, and how like a lot of fans are upset with some of the content coming out because it's snowballing off of these moments where we were heading into the right direction with the right people, but then slowly you started to get other people involved and it's
Yeah.
making a mess. And
I
that's
think
where we're mostly upset.
I think if they would have just kept J.J. Abrams like throughout the whole
Exactly.
sequel trilogy,
Yes.
it would have been
100%.
okay. I
Yes.
think it would have been okay.
Yes. Because the
But
Because
original plan for the villain was actually going to be a Clone Wars villain that you know of, and it was going to be the Mortis gods.
Mm-hmm.
They were going to be
mm,
the ultimate. Bringing back Palpatine was a cop
Exactly.
out, and
That was
it
yeah,
the fucking
destroyed
it
worst.
was
it
weird. It
destroyed
was
Luke
weird.
and Anakin's legacy. So
I feel you.
that's
Well,
Exactly. That's the worst part about the whole thing that nobody
Yep.
understands. This sequel ruined Vader and Anakin. Like
mhm,
the
it's for
whole
nothing.
6 movies were about him and like
His
what he
redemption.
stood for. Exactly. And then they brought out the sequels and it fucked everything up for that.
hmm, I
yeah,
feel you.
yeah,
Well, it.
I definitely get on that point, but I just see it like, and anytime you hire somebody, and I think you guys all spoke to an ex, who started it by saying, a director comes in, they want to make their imprint, right? I think that's his job, right? So now when you leave it to artistically, I want to make my imprint, you're always going to change it. And then my view on it is that whatever the world is going, and I specifically speak to something I know more like Marvel, whatever the world is going through or what's happening in the world, when these comic books and things were created, it was different from what's going on now. So they feel the urge to go ahead and switch these little subtle things that you may have liked how or anything like that, and it affects the way that the story comes off as well. And I understand that, but there's also a part. That's why I said, do can they really write some of the stories that were written back then now and it be okay?
A
And I don't
hundred
know if that's
Yeah,
a
percent.
bro. It's
Yeah.
fiction.
I'm
Yo,
just
like
I'm
book,
just
book,
posing the
book.
question. I'm
Yeah.
posing the question so you can have it. I'm just saying.
Yo, book, book.
Yo, we jumped on you
Book.
crazy,
Here's
bro.
here's the thing. Here,
Keep on
hold up.
doing it.
I'm just asking you, like,
Yo,
in general, is
yo,
that
book.
possible?
Here's the thing.
Do you think
Here's
that
the
would be
thing, right?
effective?
Here's the thing.
100%.
The
They
issue.
kind of are doing it with Ahsoka.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and and here's the thing, book. The issue is like, all right, you brought up Marvel, but the thing is, Marvel has an overall direction, right? You have Kevin Feige who's overseeing all of the projects, right? So
No, I'm
yes,
sorry to cut you off, but they what did they say? It was they called when they started making all the female content. Didn't all
hmm
the guys have a problem with that in Marvel? She-Hulk. I didn't mind She-Hulk. Like I told you, I'm all for content. Give me the content.
yeah,
Give me the
no,
content.
like Phase 4 is a hot
Versus
mess. But
Marvel.
what I'm
No,
talking about, what I'm
no.
talking
So
about,
they were there
Super.
was a phase there where people were pissed off with Marvel
yeah,
because
no,
they're like, this is not
yeah,
what we. Yeah,
I get you. Phase 4 has been a hot mess. I'm talking about from Iron Man to Endgame. And I
that
guess you
was
can throw in
ridiculous.
right, but
That's
you had a direction. You had a
Lightning in
direction
a
with Kevin
bottle.
Feige, and you
me.
had an overall vision and things like that. The issue with the sequel trilogy with Star Wars is you had one, and this was in a very short amount of time because it was a 3 movie span, right? Not like the 20 movie span of the MCU. 3 movie span. You had one person do one movie. You baton passed it to another person to do the second movie. Then they messed up everything that was built up in the first movie. So you baton passed it back to the first person to correct all the issues that the second movie had. And that's what played out on camera ultimately. So it wasn't necessarily an overall or overarching vision. It was kind of like, all right, I'm gonna do this. Oh snap, they messed this up. Let's bring the first person back in and do damage control and do
I
a
think
third
there was
movie,
more
and that's what we got.
politics. There was more politics that came in
Mhm.
with the fans and certain characters. I don't want to get into it, but I do have some opinions about what they did because I will stand on The Force Awakens was like when I think about when I saw that movie.
I feel like it was a solid movie. I liked
It
it.
was a
It was
I
great
a
like The
good
movie.
Force
movie. It was
Awakens.
a good
Yeah.
It was a
start.
great movie. I remember AMC debuted the lean in back chairs. Like when that came out, so it was like, yeah, bro. It was a big.
They
deal. The
debuted
news-
it.
Yeah, the news was there. They interviewed us after we saw it. We was real hyped, so like it was a big deal. But I think ultimately some fans had opinions about certain characters that manipulated the story.
It was just
And
samey to me. It was very much
And
reminiscent
I'll
of
never
Episode 4.
forgive them for all I'll say is
hmm
The
I
direction
will
too.
never forgive what they did to Finn and that actor as a character. I'll never forgive it because
Yeah.
that was amazing setup. Everything was there, and they self-sabotaged that
And
whole
he's an
everything
amazing
about it.
actor. He's an
Amazing,
amazing
bro.
actor.
Amazing. Amazing. But
Yeah.
yo, let's get back on track. Let's
Yo,
let
but yeah,
the
Enforcer
enforcer
still has to
finish
give his score.
review.
Like he was in the middle of his review and we kind of like just jumped in and just,
It got crazy for a minute.
yo,
It got
yo,
crazy.
yo,
Star,
my bad,
Star
bro.
Wars could get controversial, man. I know everybody has a hot take, so
True.
but I'm glad we went down that rabbit hole because it kind of needed to be addressed. That being said, I think all in all, I'm gonna give this book a 7.5. I enjoyed it.
We can't do
thoroughly.
decimals. We can't do decimals.
Can't do it. Okay, I'm gonna round it up to an 8. I'm with X on this. I think it's an 8. I'm excited. Obviously I already started the second book, but I'm excited to finish the rest of the books. I think overall, like this is the type of content I like to see from Star Wars. Like one comparison I can make is like the other book, or the only other book outside of Marvel Comics that you guys have reviewed is the what, Alien Romulus, right?
Now we reviewed the a Disney book with magic, the Infinity Dawn.
But I'll make the comparison to Alien Romulus in like a film adaptation or a prequel, like anything that's kind of like relating to a different universe. I think they did that so poorly, and I think they kind of the storytelling that they're doing in this book really hit on the mark. Like I rock with this.
Okay.
So this is what you would want to see played out in the movie, like this.
I would love a live action, like storytelling.
This book right here would be great for the movie. Is what
Amazing.
Saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually co-sign that. I think that this would make a good movie.
I like
do.
the relationship. I do
do.
like the relationship. But what do you want to come of? Where would what would this story look like? You know what I mean? Like, and that's enough.
It's just I think you're making it more like bigger than it needs to be. It's just put out a movie, call it Thrawn Alliance or call it Star Wars Alliance.
Copy paste. Don't change nothing.
Yeah.
That's literally it. That's all you gotta do.
And
focus on the cinematography and the acting.
Well,
and once
Boogie, like to you for Boogie, you only read the comics, so you don't know Thrawn's backstory from the shows.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have that like deep knowledge and everything about who he is and everything. So from the books alone, I would fucking love to see that as a show or a movie 100,000,000%.
Yeah. I think that this would make a good movie. Even though, like I said, even though I gave it a 6, but that's because I'm scoring in a vacuum, right? But once again, I did say like once I read through the whole thing, this could be a masterpiece. This could be a 10 out of 10. But that's because I know the characters. I see what's being built up and stuff like that. It's just I don't know enough. And I have to read more.
I want Marvel to do a Star Wars What If more than anything though. Like that's if I could have my pick. I want What If more than anything. Like,
I think about that all the time. What if Anakin didn't turn?
Yes. Yeah. There's
That
so
would be
many things.
interesting.
I mean, even like the whole Ahsoka thing, like from Clone Wars, if she would have stayed with the Jedi's, like there's.
Oh my god.
What if Anakin never turned? Is that what you said?
Yes.
Yeah,
he didn't
that's
go to the
literally
dark
what would
side.
happen.
I'm gonna be real with you.
Ahsoka would have been able to stop him.
I don't want to see that.
Mm.
Here's the thing.
I like them being evil.
You're
like,
tripping.
when that hit hard for me,
He
that was
doesn't
like
need to
I don't
turn
want
to
to see the other
Vader.
side.
Boogie, here's the thing. He doesn't need to turn to Vader, but if he stayed dark, if he still was evil as Anakin,
Yes.
Like if he didn't get all his limbs cut off.
powerful.
Yeah,
Didn't get all
what
his
if
limbs cut off.
Exactly. Like he would have been strong enough to kill.
He Palpatine and
He would have,
rule the
100%.
galaxy himself.
100%. I thought you meant like if he was just in love with Padme, like it was just a love story.
We
like,
had that
I'd be
argument
okay to see that too.
No, I need him evil. If we can just Anakin.
Or what if?
evil,
Yo, what if?
that's-
What is a what if Anakin ended up having the love interest in what's her name, Ahsoka, instead of Padme?
Yeah, that's
Too
it.
That's a
young.
little
Too
that's a
young.
little controversial.
Too
Yeah.
young.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
that's like
Mo,
a
you really
sibling
doing?
rare
Yeah,
emoji.
they're like.
Wait, what's their age difference? Nah, they not.
Bro, she's like.
I would say he's
what,
like
14
21
or 15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind, never mind, never mind, never
Yeah,
Think about it.
I
That
think
was
mind.
he was like
Thrawn when he
21-ish
was
when she
training.
was
Yeah.
14.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, later down the line, later down the line, later down the line.
Okay.
Well, here's the thing. No. The reason why I think about that. The reason why I think about it is this, right? And it's a topic of conversation. What really made Anakin turn to the dark side, right? Because the movies will point it out.
Manipulation.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah, I
but
know that,
very
but I
young.
mean, but I'm talking about the manipulation of what?
Everybody.
Manipulation of what, right?
Nobody.
Of his
And
emotions.
Of his emotions and his
Yep.
perspective.
yeah,
Started with
here's the
his
thing.
love
Here's
interest.
yeah, here's the thing, right? In the movies, they paint it out as far as like his worry of Padme dying, right? They kind of like they romanticize it. They put it as far as like the traditional love story. My love interest is dying. I want to do anything to save her. That's how it paints out in the movies.
Do you want
When
to
you
know a fun
Wait,
fact?
hold on, Tosh.
Okay.
Hold on. In the in Clone Wars in the series, that love angle is honestly put to the side.
Okay,
Like
so
like the thing that Anakin is
Okay.
honestly most focused on is the relationship that he has with
Emoji,
with
you taking too
Ahsoka.
long. You got two people here ready to
For-
go.
Emoji. The
Wait,
Tosh.
hold
Go ahead,
on.
Tosh.
I gotta wrap up the point. So look, the the thing is, right? When you see what happens with Ahsoka, right? And because the thing is, Ahsoka leaves the Jedi first, right? And she leaves it for good reason.
not
and-
willingly though.
Yeah, it wasn't willingly.
Yeah.
No, I would say it was willingly. because here's because yeah, they told her she could come back, and she said nah.
It was on
But
some
she
BS.
was
They were
giving
like,
him
this
back
is
So
the
she
trial.
said
genuine.
exactly. So she said nah. So that's to me still willingly, because if
It's
she
willingly.
wanted to, she could come back.
That's like if somebody jumped you and be like, "Yo, you wanna be part of this?" Bro? You know what I'm saying?
There's plenty of people that.
I
say
mean,
yeah.
yo, she
There's
could
plenty of
have,
people that got
she
jumped.
could have,
Yeah, out of
but
fear,
but
maybe.
the thing is, I feel that Anakin's biggest reason for his turn is due to the incompetence of the Jedi Order, specifically with
That's
what he
part of it.
saw
It's
with
part of it.
Ahsoka,
Did
and
you realize
I
that the Clone Wars
Mhm.
was just an expansion from the prequels? Because the prequels, there was a lot of things about people hating about how focused it was as Padme being the reason that the show was supposed to give that other perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Okay,
So-
so my
so,
my
okay.
thing is, I just want to say this one thing, bro. So I used to not really rock with Attack of the Clones, right? And then
Mhm.
during COVID, I had the chance to sit down and really watch everything. I watched Clone Wars, I watched all the movies, and Attack of the Clones is actually so important because if you really pay attention, you could see him spiraling the most in that movie
Mm-hmm.
because they do a lot of things. Like all the setup is in Attack of the Clones.
Yeah.
Like everything you need to know is in there because his mother, everything with him and Padme. So they made him more paranoid. They made him like, well, Palpatine essentially put things in place and used the Jedi to like basically prove his point to him. So it was an easy flip. It was very easy to turn him because it was like everything was already working against him, and they just kind of they just pushed the tide more. It was just like, all right, like
Well
he didn't
said.
really have to do much. But yeah, Attack of the Clones, bro. If you get a chance, now that we're talking about it, go back and watch Attack of the Clones, and you can be like, okay, now I understand. Because there's a lot of good references to his spiral in that movie.
Which I think this plays into the fact that Prop is right. That's why Obi-Wan is gonna kick his ass half the time because he's too emotional. All I'm
Yo,
getting from
Anakin
this
is
that
mad emotional, bro.
he's
He
emotional.
is.
Mad
He
emotional.
is. That's his
Yeah,
downfall.
but in Clone
That's
Wars,
his-
they did the same
When
shit
he
to
loses
Obi-Wan
his
too.
saber and everything, bro,
Obi-Wan-
he's mad
Yes.
emotional.
Obi-Wan went through the same thing, except Obi-Wan was
With
able
Satine.
to
Mhm.
exactly. He was
Yup.
just able to like just take it on the chin.
Yo, he
Yeah.
dubbed
He-
Satine. He
He
dubbed
made the hard
Satine.
decision.
Yo.
Yeah, because he wanted to be a Jedi. He knew what he wanted. Anakin was too young, and that was Mace
He was
Windu's thing
naive,
from the
yep.
jump. He was like, "Yo, if you do this, it's not gonna work
Yo,
because
Anakin,
of
yo,
where he's at."
Yo, nah, Anakin was like, yo, Padme looking bad. What? What y'all talking about?
I
Yo,
don't blame
what
him.
y'all
man.
talking about, man?
I don't blame him.
Yo, but okay, so
Blame the man.
so we got all right, so we got the scores in overall, right?
I mean, it
we
isn't
got
my score, but it's a 10.
you didn't read the book. You have to read the comic.
I read the
Tasha.
novel.
the comic. You have to read the
Don't
comic.
care.
You
You
have
know
to
it's
read
not
the
a 10.
comic.
Come on now.
Next
Stop.
next Star Wars book we read, just read the comic, and then you can come in and talk about it and review.
I
it,
kind of
rate it
want to
on
know what my
Give it
collectibles
10, it's over.
would give this. I don't know if he wants to come up, but I'm
Did
curious
he read it?
because he's a big Star Wars fan. So I feel like
If anyone has read this book and they want to come in and weigh in, you can throw in your score. I don't care. It's just a matter, like, you just have to read it. So
She
I'll-
read all the books, just not this one. She read
Yo,
the books that was
I
all
read
around
the
this one and
novels. I
all
didn't
that.
read the
Yeah.
comic.
Yo, count her 10. It's over. She said
no,
count it.
no, it's two different books. You can't count it.
No.
Yo, it's two
No.
totally different books. You can't count that.
What do
not how
you
the
mean?
comic shop work, bro.
I literally
She
gave you the
hated.
plot of the
Hated,
book.
That's
bro.
not how the comic shop work,
Nah.
Crody.
What do you
That's
mean?
not how it work, Crody.
Same shit.
Yo,
He's
so
in
all right, so
Diablo right now. He's blocking everything.
so we got our scores in. Boog with the 7,
Come on.
Prop with the 5, X with the 8, myself with the 6, and Enforcer with the 8, which brings it to a 6.8, which we do round up if it's 5 or higher, which brings it to a score of a 7.
It's cap. Mistake.
I didn't hear
Which
mine.
brings it to
Y'all-
a score
y'all
of a
made a mistake.
7, which means we rock with it. So that will be the score for the book for today. So we rock with it, and we do have the giveaway. So let me pull this up on the you can see it on the live stream, so you can see
We can skip the
actually.
giveaway this week, right? We can skip
No,
the
we
giveaway.
can't.
We can do it next
skip
week.
the giveaway.
It's
this
getting
week.
late.
All right, so let me pull this up. Here we go. Copy link. So if you look on the live stream, I'm gonna do this giveaway live in real time right here. So let's throw this up.
Yo, where's
Boom, boom.
O'Milly at, bro? Yo, O'Milly.
He's in here.
I told you. I told you we was gonna we going back to
I repost, but
negotiating
I'm
table.
not gonna take the. I wouldn't. Take
we
the win.
we was going to the negotiating table. I told didn't I?
Oh,
I told
okay.
you what was gonna happen. We here in spaces,
All right.
baby.
Here we go. We got it live on the feed. Now let me verify.
Pull them contracts up, man. You know what I'm saying?
Let me pull up.
Ooh.
Let me pull up the receipts. Let's verify. Wait, hold on.
You
where
been
you
here
at?
the whole time too.
Feel good.
Oh,
It feel good to be in spaces
what?
and giveaways. Feel good. You know what I'm saying?
He definitely was in
Who
here
won it?
for a while.
He was in here for a while, man. That sucks.
Dang, you gotta be in here when your name is called, man.
Oh, who's that? Who won it?
All right, we gonna run it again.
Who won it?
We're not talking about that. We're gonna run it again.
I don't
Damn.
know the name.
Let's see. Up. Here we go. Let's see. All right.
Oh, OD,
Now
bro.
let's
So
verify.
fun.
Let's verify.
But verify.
Where's she at? Hold on. Here we
Must
go.
verify.
And is that live stream up there? I do see that live stream up there. I do see her here in the space. We have
Her?
a winner for today.
Her?
Shout out to, hold on real quick. Hold on. Shout out to, oh dang, yo, why my thing just went off. Hold on. Here we go.
JC won it.
We got,
It's either her or the yellow
Hold
Gotta
M&M.
keep the
hold on. I got it on the stream, bro. It's up
rich
there.
stay rich. The rich stay rich, baby. Let's go.
The
it in
yellow
the family.
M&M book.
Is that it? There we go.
Keep it in the family. Keep it in the
What
family.
you wanted in the picture, bro?
Keep it in the family. Let's go.
There we go. We got our winner for today.
Keep it in the
Shout out
family.
KC in the building. K Collection.
That's like both of ours. You know what I'm saying? We keep it in her account. You know what I mean?
Congrats. Yo, so KC, reach out to my collectibles. I'll let him know also too that you won. To look out for that, for that DM, and he'll hook you up with a collectible for tonight. Shout out to you for winning the giveaway for the comic shop tonight. Also, too, I want to say, since we are doing, just so y'all know, we are doing, it's different now. It's different now because it's not on Discord. So you don't have to wait 30 days to win again. you just can't win back to back. So
Fire.
so that's
Wow.
it. That's the only thing.
Fire.
You just can't win
Wow.
back to back. But yeah. So
We
yeah.
going back to
So
almost
That's
back.
crazy.
all right, and once again, big shout out to VV Comics for supporting this event.
Supporters.
Appreciate the
And the
support.
270 in the live stream too,
And
man.
it too, yo, and it too. And it
Shout out to the chat,
272 in
bro.
the live stream. Shout out chat, yo, shout out chat. Appreciate y'all. Let's go.
Thank you for the super chats. Y'all, thank y'all. Appreciate it.
Yo, we
Super
go.
chat.
Yo, it's official, bro. It's official. Every Thursday night, man. Yo, we got
It's
the
history.
VV comic support. Yo, this is history right now. This is
Historical.
history right now. Historical.
That was an intense Star Wars
Yeah,
conversation.
great show to kick it off, man. Great show
Tasha
to kick
came
it
in
off.
there. We had
I
the
have
fourth.
fun.
That was really good Star Wars content. We haven't had one of those conversations in like 2 years like that, right, Todd? It's been a minute, like.
Right. Yeah,
Ain't that a
it's been a
fucking
while
fact?
since like Luke, which is not. I don't say 2 years, right? Luke ain't 2 years old, right?
Oh,
It's
since
like a
the
year and
Luke
change.
drop, you right.
Oh,
We
the
had a lot
other.
of talks around Luke. Yeah, we had a lot of talks around Luke. Yeah,
Which I still
sure.
think it looks like him for real. I don't know why everybody was complaining in the first place, but
Oh, the
Dude,
collectibles.
Luke after the accident. You know what I mean?
it definitely
Oh
looks like
my
him. Though.
god.
Mark Hamill after the car accident.
It
Yeah.
definitely looks like him, man. Like that. I don't know why people was complaining about that one.
Same.
Oh man. All
CB
right,
did
so
ruin Obi-Wan for me though.
You said Tasha, so Obi-Wan's better than Anakin,
No,
right?
CB ruined Obi-Wan for me, if you remember.
Oh, the Obi-Wan drop. Yeah. CB's the worst, man. But
and
oh yeah, last thing, Tasha, we gotta ask you because Prop came up with with probably the most agreeable thing. I think most people agreed to Obi-Wan over Anakin. Who's
Nah.
winning?
Hell no,
Yeah.
Anakin
Ooh,
over
Enforcer, you said
Obi-Wan.
no?
yo, how do you
Yeah,
say no,
bro.
Tosh? Like we got the proof. They ran a fade, and Obi-Wan washed him
Yeah, he
Bro.
lost.
in his prime. In Anakin in his prime.
Yes, but not to a fair fight. Like you look like
What was not fair about that fight?
Obi-Wan baited him into his, him
Yo,
into his
what?
heroism. Yes, bro. Yes.
What?
Nah, you should
All
Yo.
not.
Anakin needed to do was jump to the side.
Listen, bro, I got your back, but on this one, I'm sorry you can't bend the rules, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Major L.
A little bit. No, I still say Anakin though over Obi-Wan. Even though, yeah, Obi got him that day, but I feel like any other day, but that day, yeah.
What about the other day
Nah,
when
every
he
day.
bust his mask open?
So
You
many.
know what I mean? In the Obi-Wan show too.
Obi-Wan
Didn't
is the champ,
he?
baby.
Yeah,
I-
Ahsoka.
listen,
wait, what's-
Ahsoka.
I
what's
can't
the
take
line
away
thing?
Obi-Wan's feet.
What does Vader say in the Obi-Wan thing? I feel like there's a good.
Oh
line.
yeah, no, it's just that scene that they kept playing where he's like, yeah.
What? Stop hitting me. Don't hit me no more.
Nah, it was.
That shit ain't canon.
Nah,
bro.
when he had the
Shit.
half Anakin face, half Vader, and it was like the voice was changing. He was like,
Yeah.
Oh, that was so sick.
he's like,
Yeah, he was just like,
don't
don't
look
feel
at
bad.
me.
No, he didn't say don't look at me. He's just
Don't
like,
look
I know. I'm just.
Yeah.
I still prefer the scene though with half his mask with Ahsoka.
yeah,
That was
it's
so
way
much more.
harder.
Yeah,
It's way harder.
they tried to recreate it with Obi-Wan, which was nice, but
Yeah,
they hit it hard.
I agree with that.
Well, if you ask me, Ahsoka's my favorite character anyway. So
Ahsoka's fire.
Ahsoka's
It's
a
hard
beast.
not to like
Ahsoka's
her,
a
you know.
beast.
And it's crazy that she was so unliked initially.
yo, why? What was the hate for that? Like, why was
It was the
people hating?
first
When she
season. It was the
first-
first
That's what I-
season. She was
bro,
very
bro,
like she
that's
was
what-
young and
This is
This is
inexperienced.
why I complain about you Star Wars
Oh,
super fans.
dude.
'Cause you
Nah,
complain
you're
about
not. No one likes her in the
everything.
first season, bro. No one likes her in the first season. She's like young. She's a
Let
kid.
Let it happen. Sometimes some
Yo.
content is better than no content, and y'all be complaining about everything.
It's the same way we disliked her, the same way we didn't like Carl from The Walking Dead initially, because he's a little kid and he's doing stupid ass shit. You know what I mean? But eventually, he gets on his grown man shit. Same thing with Sophie. She gets on her grown woman shit.
I like Kong, bro. I really had no complaints with Kong, bro. You see what I'm saying? Maybe I'm just a different type
Yo,
of dude.
bro,
I
come
give
on.
people
They kind of
opportunities.
made her purposely annoying
Yeah, they did
at
that.
first,
Yeah, she was.
on
She was.
purpose, because it was supposed to make because she was grouped obviously as Anakin's Padawan at the beginning, so they
Hmm.
purposely made Ahsoka like childish and a little annoying
Mm-hmm.
But
to
she was a
build
child,
their
right?
Yo, it's
to
like it.
build their relationship up. So it was kind of like she was there being annoying, that most people were like, why is she around? Like, we're here to see Anakin. But then
Yeah,
we slowly start to get to know her and her personality and watch the two of them really bond and
And it
it's
become.
humanizes
it's a
Anakin
growth
so much
thing.
more.
Yeah.
It's a
I
growth
think
thing. It's
that's
like
why we like Clone Wars Anakin so much.
yeah,
First of
it's
all,
like
Exactly.
it's like how you don't like Tariq in Power, but then he's cool and goes. It's yeah, it's,
no,
a
no
growth
one likes
thing.
Tyreek, bro. Like this the case. but, but nah, bro. I mean, I don't know. That's why I said, like, to me, I'm sorry, but the super Star Wars fans, you guys cry about a lot of stuff, and you don't give enough opportunity to build
He
that
go
because
watch Acolyte, bro.
shit.
I
They
mean,
they've
I
been
don't cry
they
about
cook with the
Oh no, bro.
tails
You know why? I didn't even
tails of
watch
the
that
empire.
show. You know why? Because you guys ruined it for me right away. This show, everything that comes out,
Yo,
you
I
guys
wasn't
say
watching
sucks. So
that
I
show.
just
I
like
can't. Yo,
whatever.
Go
I
Boogie.
tried to
watch
watch
it.
that first
They're
episode
all
3 times
good,
and fell
Boogie.
asleep.
The only one that's a little meh right now for me is
You
Acolyte, but
guys hated Obi-Wan.
I'm actually tempted to rewatch Acolyte just for fun. But I loved Obi-Wan. And I fucking my favorite show out of all of
Torture.
the Disney shows right now is Andor. I stand on that forever. That shit
Andor's
is the
fire.
best shit. It's so
Slept
much
on
better than
so
even
much.
Mando. And
No,
I'm
I
telling
fell
you this
asleep in
because
Andor too.
Mando
everybody
was
hates on it.
fire when it came out. Mando was. I remember that's
Mando
one that
is
makes me.
sick, Boogie, but I'm telling you, I think Andor is
When does that
even
show come
better.
back out again? Can we answer that? When does that
The
show come
Um,
back?
Tails
Mando's
series
done.
is really underrated too
Yo,
though.
Tails is a phenomenal, but it's
Tails
like
is
Yeah.
Clone
so
Wars
good.
2.0. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
Boogie, there's no more Mando. It's done. The only thing that we're gonna get from Mando next is a
Is the
movie.
movie?
Mm-hmm. And I
Oh
think
no.
they're gonna converge it with Ahsoka's,
They
like the
are.
story that's going on with that. I think we're gonna get what is it, Heir to the Empire? We're gonna
Yeah.
get that storyline, which is like finally, like it only took them, I don't know how many failures for them to realize, hey, let's just
Yep.
adapt one of the dope old storylines that are beloved by everybody, and then we're gonna get to see a prime Luke.
Exactly.
We're
That would
gonna
be dope.
see, the Luke Skywalker that we're gonna be like,
The
damn,
greatest Jedi of all time. Yes.
we're gonna be, we're gonna see some stuff that is just like, damn, you know what? Maybe he could take on Prime Anakin.
Luke's a little annoying too. I can't lie. Luke's a little annoying to me too. He's a little
Yeah,
whiny too.
Nah, Luke
He's
is
whiny.
Luke is the
Lucas.
most player of all the
Luke's a little
Jedi's.
whiny. Luke's a little whiny to me.
Yeah,
I don't.
he
Whiny?
I don't
was.
think. I
What?
don't think we're gonna have it centered
Get out of here.
around Luke, though. I
It's
think it's
not.
more gonna be centered around Ahsoka and Thrawn.
Yeah, I agree.
Mhm.
Yeah, for
I
sure,
think
for
we
sure.
may see Abeloth too, some form of
I
Abeloth.
really fucking hope we do, dude.
Yeah, that would be crazy. Which then we will see Luke, like probably as the protagonist. Well, I
I
think
have
we're
a
gonna see
theory
that
that if we
eventually.
see Abeloth for sure, I think once we get like good reactions from that, I think they'll finally embrace like the dark storylines and bring
Mm-hmm.
us something like Bane or
But
Nihilus or
That would
something.
be
but are you
awesome.
guys? Do you guys want a CGI Luke or you want like a recast Luke? Because I feel
Ooh,
like
Mm,
I'm
that's
fine
like a
with
big.
recast or CGI. I don't think
CGI
it's
I'm
is
fine
necessary.
with
nasty.
either.
I thought they
I
were
I
think
gonna
don't
have
want.
that
Sebastian
I
Sebastian
don't.
Stan
I
story
Sebastian
was
dude
I'm
good too.
tired.
do
I'm
it.
tired
Yep,
of
Sebastian
CGI.
Stan.
I
Yeah,
don't
bro.
want to see any
CGI's
more
gotta
CGI
go.
faces. Like it's gross.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think Sebastian Stan could play a good Luke Skywalker. I will be
Agreed.
all for that.
Yeah.
I'm
All
I
with
right.
don't
that.
think that's. I don't think that's bad.
I feel you. I feel you. Yo, so okay, so we had the giveaway. Big shout out once again, Casey for taking that. And I mean, we are approaching the time to kind of like wrap things up. I want to also give big shout out. I've seen the VV Comics handle been in here the whole time. Thank you guys, and thank you guys for facilitating the giveaway for today, and even like MC and Ben Rose stopped in, so appreciate that. Before we wrap up, did you guys want to have any closing thoughts on this?
Yo, shout out everybody that tuned in the live, in the space. This was a really fun space. I had a great time. Shout out to the Enforcer coming up with the Star Wars knowledge, and Tasha being an awesome surprise guest. Always encourage people
Next
to
time,
jump
read the
on
book,
things.
Tasha. Next time, read the book.
Yeah, next time you got to read the book, but
I
still
read the fucking
appreciate
novels. What more do you want?
it.
I did even better research.
Yeah, so yeah, just hope you guys come back next week and just keep having fun with these books.
Cool, cool,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, yeah. I
Appreciate
second that. Thanks everybody for pulling up the live stream. That's taking its way up to almost 300 people. Shout out to everybody that's came. I don't know how you keep winning, but keep doing what you do. You won't win next week, but the week after it's all you. So, so keep doing you. But yeah, that's it. Appreciate everybody. Later.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that. I see both Prop and Enforcer with it. Who wants to go first?
Rob, you go first, bro. I'll have finishing thoughts.
Yo, am I up right now?
Yeah, you
All right,
good.
it's me. All
Mm-hmm.
right. Yeah. Yeah. Pause. Yo, I just want to say, first of all, shout out to Mid Comics, though. Shout out to Mid Comics. I see that the bar of the century went over every single human being's head ever. Midtown Comics doesn't stand because if you think about it, right? Midtown Comics is just not in Midtown. They're all over the place. They're just mid. Like most comics are mid, so that's why they call Midtown because they're right in the middle of Midtown. Like what part of
Come
town?
on, get this man off stage.
Yeah, I
What
can't.
part of the town are these mid? Because it's Midtown. You are mid. So that joint was a bar the whole time. So shout out to Mid Comics. Um, and what else? Yeah, this is history. You know what I'm saying? We we came to drag them back to the. I'm not even gonna go in on it. I'm just saying, bro. Um, we here. This is. I really just wanted to see emoji win. That's all I really wanted to see since the whole Casey thing been going on. I just wanted to see my boy win, catch the crazy W out of this whole thing, and it's finally here. Wanted to be a part of it. It's just great to be a part of it. And we just yeah, it's good to have everyone participating, communicating, um, and in the space, and just being a part of the whole comic thing because it's comics are an extremely big part of everything that we're doing here. It's the biggest part of our collections. It's the most ongoing vertical, the most supplied vertical that we have on a platform. The historical, and they put out. I mean, it's like we get the real updated comics from Marvel. Like we always like speculated and fantasized pause that we were gonna get that, like, so they're here. So I think taking advantage of them is just read them and review them is brilliant. So yeah, I just think it's a big accomplishment all around, a big accomplishment for Vivi, and big accomplishment for us. So
Yeah.
I just don't want to let that breeze by without saying that. So
Appreciate that, bro. And,
yeah,
and, and
yeah,
we and we all winning, bro. We all it's
yeah,
team
yeah.
winning, bro. Appreciate that, bro. I see. Enforcer, did you want to say anything to wrap things up?
Yeah, man, I'll keep it short and sweet. I just want to thank you guys for having me on. I have fun, talking about, something I love. I love Star Wars. Thanks for everybody, tuning in. Like, watching this grow has been, cool. You know, uh, yeah, man. Thank you. And if you guys ever decide you want to do another Star Wars book and you want to have me back on, I'd love to come back on.
Yo, it hit me, bro. And also this goes for everyone. Like this is open. This is a space that's open for the community. It's a space for fans to be fans, right? So you don't wait for me to hit you. Like if you, I mean, I'll hit you if I notice, right? But like if you want to come in and you want to be a guest or something like that, like yo, just hit me up and be like, yo, I want to be a guest on a comic shop. You know, this is the book I want to do. Boom, we'll put you on the schedule. Like I just want to talk to people that are passionate, that are fans, and that love, like, you know, love the fandom. So yeah, like just hit me up and we could put you back in rotation, bro.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
Cool. Appreciate it.
Yeah, sorry
I-
I keep rebooking you.
what you say, Tosh?
Sorry I keep rebooking you.
Nah, no worries. No, we got you coming up too.
Wait, do you actually?
Yes.
Oh.
Yo, you told me you were gonna take off. You said you put it on the calendar. I literally went through a whole thing with a specific date just for you.
What day was
Oh
it?
my god. All right. Hold on. You're coming up actually soon too.
Shit.
You are.
Yeah, me.
Hold on. I'll tell you right now. You are scheduled for December 19th.
Oh, okay. Cool beans.
So you good for that? You good for December 19th?
I got some time. I'll plan.
Okay.
Maybe she'll let us know.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
Oh lord. Yo, we ain't.
Timey boogie.
Yo,
Yeah,
we
you
ain't
asked
never
me
about to
like
get
4
Tasha. We
times.
ain't never about to get Tasha. Which one? Yo, did X say closing words yet? I don't remember. I saw him jump back up.
Yeah, he did.
He did? Okay. But yeah, man. So once again, you know, big shout out to you guys. Once again, this is a space for the fandom. So you know, we do post the book beforehand, so anyone that has read the book can come in and join in on the reviews. If you don't like our review scores, just come up and join in. It's an average. So or if you want to just come in and just, you know, hang out and talk about, you know, the books and stuff like that, definitely, you know, send up the request, read in advance, and the whole goal is to really just dive into this, because that's the core of it, right? You know, the stories that's being told, you know, the IP and what that means to the fandom. So once again, appreciate everyone, you know, that tunes in, everyone that comes to, you know, be a guest and be a part of this, and definitely appreciate to the co-hosts, because, you know, a lot of us are kind of like diving into this relatively for the first time. And, you know, we love storytelling, we love narration and things like that when it comes to even just cinema and things like that. So we're taking that and applying it into, you know, the comic book realm. And I think it's dope to kind of like to really, you know, give this medium of storytelling and open mind and perspective. So it's been cool. It's been cool, and I want to give a big shout out once again to VV Comics for now officially supporting us in this endeavor, making these shows and these reviews more possible in the long term. So thank you again, everyone that tuned in. Once again, we do this every Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. My name is Emoji. My co-host Prop, RXH, E-Boogie.
She asked if she could see
And together, we're bringing you something we like to call
if you got the time, I can show you how it's done. Get you anything you like, baby. We could run it up, baby. We could run it up. I can show you my collection if you want. I can show you my collection if you want.
Once again, appreciate you guys. We'll be back next week. Big shout out to our winner for tonight for the giveaway, KC in the building. Be sure to hit up MC so you can get your digital comic. Salute to you. We do giveaways every single week, every Thursday. So make sure to tune in next week, because maybe you could win then. But once again, thank you guys, everyone that came through. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys had a good time. And we will see you next week. Take care. Be easy. Get home safely. And peace.